Hello, it's me, Seth, Mistaken Potatoes, here to welcome you to the show that unfortunately is not part of the MCU. But that's okay because we never were. We didn't get purchased by Sony, so we're good.
Uncle Ben!
Not again! Not again!
Sorry, somebody had
Do I
to.
have to do this origin story again?
God, I hope not.
We don't.
please
We
no.
really don't need it. Really
Uncle
super-
Ben rising from purgatory for the 10th time. Oh God, please not again.
Yes, here to welcome everybody to episode 18 of NSA. Other Gods is the moniker I went with for this one. Think that you will find that is appropriate. With me, as always, is our half orc. I always want to do new ones, but I'm having trouble with them.
You should
man.
never try to do new ones.
Never try to do new ones.
I mean, I think well, unless they're so bad that they're good.
Sure.
I think you've done that
I
a
think
couple
it's-
times.
I think it's a good goof.
I was gonna say because the one that I had in my head, it's good, but it uses a word that more matches the character's occupation rather than the class. I was gonna say the half orc mechanic that makes the bad guys panic.
That's
All
pretty
right,
good.
that's
Ooh,
good.
I like that.
it. I do like it. All I had
And
was half orc, half stork, all spork.
Huh?
Wait, you're a
Seth's
stork?
is better.
Yeah, he's half stork.
Yeah, you didn't know that? That's totally a thing.
That's the
Your
other
options-
half.
Yeah, your options are either human for your other half or stork.
Yeah, it's an obscure rule.
It really
is. It's a Starfinderism.
I'm
So-
I'm pretty sure Joe came up with it.
All right, and
Shout
then
out.
Hey Joe, hope you're listening. Hope you're having a good day.
she's pale and she's small, and with her best friend, she knows it all. It is Mouse and her friend Serendipity.
Good morning.
I was
Yeah,
giving-
no,
Usually we
giving
wait for
Serendipity some breathing
serendipity
room.
to, yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
give Serendipity something to say, and then I just froze.
She has combat paralysis, unlike Ninden, the
No.
the lizard wizard punch. You in the gizzard person,
There you go. You got there.
Wizard,
Not many things
boy.
rhyme with wizard.
or lizard. I mean, yeah, we got lizard, wizard, gizzard,
Blizzard.
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 But I don't know that he could really be associated with blizzards.
I mean, I
No.
can see him going to get a blizzard. You know.
Oh,
as
man.
part of Burger Club.
and just knowing
Blizzard
that,
who really
like,
wants a
everyone-
blizzard.
Everyone turns their blizzard upside down, and his is the one that falls out.
Oh.
Oh.
Like that's
You know,
that's
Drake
just
near
that's
me,
probably how it would go.
doesn't participate in the upside down blizzard thing.
Well, that's how they're
Is it
supposed
because
to do
it gets too hot out?
Possible.
Yeah, I think the
'Cause-
Dairy Queen on the Burning Archipelago, they don't do that because it's just too warm. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
If they held it upside down, it'll evaporate out of the cup.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had push to talk there as a motorcycle roared past my window.
Well,
I
we'll
thought
let them
maybe you
know on live internet stream that they're very, very cool.
Yeah.
That's good tape right there. I tell you what.
You're the one who
And then
edits
we
anyways.
have the Rhyphorian Mystic who's got the quick fix. Galen.
Good morning.
And then we have the weirdo goopy man Herald.
Yes, Weirdo Goopy Man was my nickname in college.
How would you say hello to people who just showed up?
No.
What?
No.
You're just refusing? You're not gonna use it?
Fine, I'll
Oh,
use it.
whatever.
Greetings.
I'm sorry.
I
I,
hope you're
didn't
happy,
mean I
Seth.
didn't mean to coerce you into that.
It's fine. It's fine. Did it for the vine.
But yes, thank you for bearing with nothing. We definitely did not have any technical difficulties this
We
morning.
never do.
It never
Seth,
happened.
what are you on about? Crazy
It's fiction.
GM
It's
stuff.
made up.
You made it up. So
You did it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
we did
Oh,
it. I had to try to find a way to tie it in. Had to do it. I need that soundboard. We've got to figure that out. I gotta put that into Sirenscape as a custom sound. It has
You could
to
put it in
happen
roll
at some
20 as
point.
a custom sound, and we could play it through there.
I suppose so. I could do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back for a second and claim. Gotta find a way to tie it in the non-standard action story.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Patrick just pointed this out in the chat. Congratulations on 1,000 views, everybody.
Woo!
Pat yourselves on the
Did
back.
it.
Yeah.
I know that people are coming back for your radical characters, and seeing how they handle the BS that the mean old GM throws at them. So
It's good
You're
BS.
just,
It's
you're
high.
just so mean, Seth.
It's high
So
quality
mean.
BS.
Very mean.
Quality BS.
quality
It's-
BS. Yeah,
It's Burger Club. They're here for Burger Club.
that's true.
Except
Um,
Tyler. Tyler's coming back for sexiness.
Burger Club, temporarily serving impossible burgers, very temporarily, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's a
But
trial
how would
run,
we
you
even
know?
know?
Yeah, the remarkable thing about them is that they're unremarkable. So well, check that out.
That's impossible.
All
They do
right.
come from a synthesizer. They must be impossible burgers.
All the best things come from synthesizers. 80s music, burgers. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have anything pressing to get to before the episode, aside from some banter and some bugs out.
Mulebeard, first time view here, Mulebeard. You have missed absolutely nothing. Don't worry about it. Just book 4 of the adventure path.
Yeah, I think you might have missed now 17 episodes, roughly 3.5 to 4 hours a piece. So a little bit, but I feel like you can probably jump in and kind of get a feel for the characters. Like
Long
not-
story short, the people from the hot place are bad, and we're trying to do them in.
Yes.
Not all the
we're-
people from the hot place.
But
There's
not all the
something
people,
scary
yeah,
going
you're
on.
right.
And we're trying to figure it out.
There's something strange.
Remember, I ain't afraid of no
Exactly what I was
ghosts,
gonna
though.
say.
Yeah, good. I'm glad we all
I'm
went there.
saying,
Who you
all
gonna
I'm saying
call?
is,
Sun divers.
Yes.
There you go.
all,
I figured it out.
all I am saying is, by Simon's definition, we're playing Doom.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe that was their inspiration when writing this AP.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Or maybe this AP was the inspiration when they made Doom. Think about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Time travel.
To be
Definitely
a fly on the wall.
So hey, it's a quarter after.
Yeah, I know.
Starfinder?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hate to
yeah,
end this
Starfinder.
witty banter. I love banter more than most.
Uh-huh. All right. Yeah, I think we should probably get to Starfinder. So, all right. I
Find
have.
Yes.
Star.
All right. Let's get ready, everybody. I don't have an intro, but I do have a summary of what happened last episode.
A simmering
So our-
Summarize for us.
Our
Yes,
new
yes.
our new friends will understand a little bit the context of what's going on. So, in the previous episode, the Sundivers were in a decrepit medical clinic named the Salubrium, the owner of which had offered to help them decipher a tablet recovered from a long forgotten civilization from deep within the sun. While taking care of what amounts to a small errand for our capable crew, the facility was attacked by a group of terrorists. It was quickly discovered that these terrorists were none other than cultists of Azathoth. And after making their way through the facility, they discovered that one of their co-workers at the Deep Cultures Institute, Amaldril Versian, appears to be in their ranks, the cultist ranks specifically. When we left off, they discovered a security room with a camera feed showing their friend and coworker Nib, a small Yosoki, and their very host Otlo, bound together via barbed wire on an operating table. Amaldril himself appears to be torturing them, though to what end the Sundivers are not certain. Gur and Ninden didn't care so much, however, because upon seeing this footage, they both took off upstairs to put an end to it. And that is that is where we are. That is where we be.
Indeed.
Gurdon on the move.
Yeah. So you stopped us at the bottom of the stairs, but as far as I'm concerned, Gurren was mid-stride.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to actually just go ahead and move me to where I end up, because I can't see anything beyond the top of the stairs.
Well, I want to give you guys some flavor before we move on to the next room. So,
Ooh, delicious.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It better be grape.
Flavor blast us, Captain.
Wait, grape flavor?
Yeah,
Seriously?
really? I'm all about the
actually-
watermelon.
What?
So I'm a huge fan, but we don't need to get into this right
Ugh.
Woof. All right. So we're in the as Gurren Ninden blasts through what used to be the lobby. As you approach the base of the stairs, they probably don't notice this. The south is collapsed, a mess of twisted metal and debris, reaching up to the now open ceiling of the area. The dust and smoke is starting to clear a little bit. Bright rays of sunlight almost making it harder to see as it reflects off of the floating particles in the room. The northern wall bears a large mural depicting smiling, well-dressed dwarves standing around an elderly dwarven man in a comfortable-looking hospital bed. Painted script above this image reads, "The Salubrium, Elegant Care." The mural incorporates a door to the restroom as though it were a stylized medical console. To the west below the stairs is the door for the elevator, which you determined was broken and did not take the time to fix. So, it would not be usable. You have to take the stairs.
Oh no.
Gotta get those steps in.
You know,
Would
I
it be
appreciate all this.
faster-
Oh, go for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would it be faster to climb the shaft of the elevator with my newfound climb speed?
It is only a 2-floor building. Ascending the stairs would not take any additional time.
Excellent.
Side note, me as a GM, while reading the book, not really certain why the elevator is mentioned or there for the... I mean, the
It's a
hospital would
trap.
have one. It would have an elevator. But I don't really see the reason for the players to utilize it, so...
It's sort of like environmental traps, right? And dangers, where it's like, oh, this is really, really hot. Unless your characters have any kind of armor at all.
But yeah, so, the elevator's there. It's broken. You can't use it.
No, it's there
there's
to
some-
trick players into doing it so that the DM can punish them for taking too long.
At least I would,
Foolish
that's how it
player.
works.
And you should.
So, Gur and Ninden went bursting out of the security room. What are Herald, Kalen, and Mouse doing?
I think Herald's following behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we stopped and looked at something else on the cameras, but yeah.
All right.
They
Mouse
cut
would probably
something at the
check-
end there.
What is Mouse going to do?
Mouse would probably check to see if there was anything that they were missing beyond the obvious.
In the security room?
No. So
Just in general.
looking at the monitors, like,
Hmm.
are all the people in this room upstairs, the torture room, or is there anybody else skulking about?
So, there's only a few monitors that are active currently. A lot of them are off. From the schematic that you guys downloaded in the previous episode of the Salubrium, you know that you've been through pretty much every room on the first floor. So there's very little chance that there's anyone else down here. And these rooms that you are seeing that you haven't seen before in the camera feed are presumably all upstairs.
Okay. And anything about the upstairs rooms that I should know?
The operating room that you see Nib and Otlo on is very dark. There's really only a little light over the operating table. There's really nothing else that you can see about the room. Your eyes are really good in the dark, but the camera's eyes are not, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
something wrong with
Okay.
this camera. I can't see when there's no light.
All right, well, I guess we're just gonna go running in blindly, more or less.
We already did! I shout from the top of the stairs.
That's my specialty, actually.
Done it before. We'll do again.
All right. So I'll go ahead and I'll gather y'allins up, and move yous.
Yeah, what's that 2x2 room at the top?
That's the
Presumably
elevator.
That's the elevator. That is the
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
And I scoop you on wings.
We
Where
travel like
we
a
go.
monster hunter in Monster Hunter World on the wings of a Barnos.
A wing drake.
Yes, wing drake.
Well, it is technically a Barnos. They just call it a wing drake, right? Yeah.
So you're not killing the things that you also fly on when you're hunting Barnos.
Lol.
Jeez.
I like
All
how
of them
you
are
fly
enslaved.
you fly into an area on a wing drake and then immediately kill a Barnos, and like while before it flies away, and it's like, geez, man, like, all right.
And then you meaningfully point at your eyes and then your wing drake's eyes. This could be
Never
you
forget
if you
this.
wrong me.
All right, so yes, you make it to the top of the stairs. I'm sure everybody can see just fine, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Indeed.
Yep.
This connecting area at the top of the stairs has doors to several rooms. To the east of the elevator and stairs, there's a small balcony, I'll point out where I'm referring to here, that is labeled surgery scrub. Rooms to the north and west appear to be recovery rooms, labeled R1, 2, and 3, respectively. They are similar to the patient rooms you saw below.
Ninden is just going to, I imagine, with Gur, continue charging through.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we have the schematic. We recognize which room they were in, right?
We do. Yeah, the operating room is through this door.
It's through the door. You have to get through the surgery scrub to get there.
All right. Noted.
Pings on
Okay.
the mini map.
Is the door unlocked as Gert tries to open it?
It is.
Oh, marvelous.
And I will try.
Captain, perhaps
So-
you could create a distraction by being one of those cultists
Oh,
again.
sure, I suppose that's worth a shot. Oh, but it
Gur
looks like
steps
Gur already
aside.
opened the door. Let's see what happened. Or, yeah, okay. So before he opens the door, Herald will, try to recall back to one of those crazy Mlem cultists. Hold on, we have a nice picture over here? Let me pull that up.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I can do it for you, but if you've got it.
One of these
The
boys.
assassins. The ones that look like Harley Quinn in Starfinder.
So good.
Starly Quinn, you mean?
I think
Starly
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Boom!
Let's use it.
Not into it.
Starlight Quinn advances boldly into this room,
Okay.
fearing nothing.
I would like a perception check from Harold.
From Herald?
Harold.
We just sent him into the next trap. Is that what we just did?
Quinn.
Probably.
Harold?
That's what I do. 27 perception.
Okay. As you enter this room, you happen to notice, hiding behind one of these surgery tables, a largish gentleman. Do you look over at him?
Yes, I wave
Okay.
and I say, we need help downstairs. In my best Mlem cultist voice.
Mlem.
Hold on. Let me evoke some. We need help downstairs. Yeah, is that it? Did I do it?
Reminds me of Jangly Man from Dead Sons. Good job.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
we?
I only have a handful of voices, so sue me.
Go ahead and make me a bluff, I suppose.
Yeah. So are we doing get help then? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
I
we're
hate
gonna get help.
I love Get Help.
It's a 35 bluff.
Okey-dokey.
Goodness.
Holy mother, yeah. See, for some reason, and this is entirely my fault. I didn't 100% expect this approach. Let me look up
Ha!
these obscure stats.
You can do, I believe it's 10 plus CR as well. if you don't have it in front of you.
Obscure stats. Let's see. That's not quite enough.
Rough.
No. For
It's
them.
not enough for him.
No.
La 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 la.
Definitely not for him. But stepping out from behind the wall here, one that you did not see. She
Harald
keeps her
does his
distance,
best
actually.
not to look surprised.
Let's see. Poosh. She steps out with her gun drawn, and you notice now that the larger gentleman is one step away from summoning a Solarian weapon. But she says, "That doesn't make any sense. Lannis told me that they were already dead."
I don't know what to tell you. They're coming up the stairs.
She eyes you. Where were you hiding? We sent all of you after them directly.
We I pulled up. They took down a few of us, and I pulled back to get reinforcements.
She seems very distrustful of this. Let's see here.
As well, she should be.
She's trying to figure it out based on what one of her comrades told her. So I'm gonna give her another chance to disbelieve your lie.
All right.
So let's do another bluff. Well, that's not likely. I was not likely to make it unless Harald rolls like Garbo,
Oh,
which
I'm
I
rolling again.
doubt Harald will.
I have rolled like Garbo in the past.
It
Let's
could
see if I do it.
happen.
I don't know. This isn't a fight.
It's not great, but it's not Garbo. It's 29.
No, it's that still didn't make it. She looks back at her compatriot and then looks back at you and says, "Okay, well, I don't think if they're capable of taking down the other two and the eel that Versian brought with him, I don't think we're gonna stand a chance, just the three of us. Then you should just join us and we'll wait for the ambush."
Well, I think they're a fair amount weaker. And there's a couple of our compatriots are still fighting them, waiting for us to get there.
The large man,
Taking full defenses and stuff.
the large man finally speaks up, saying, "The boss told us to defend this room. We're not going to leave."
All right.
You can help us ambush them, or you can get out and try to take care of them yourself.
Harald looks nervous and says, okay, we've got this. I'll just hide back here with you guys.
Don't join the
Oh.
cult, kids.
It'll
make
we
you
hear all this, right?
fail on sense motive roll.
All right, so the plan is I'll go into hiding with them, and I'll secretly, sneakily text my compatriots to tell them exactly where in the room they are, so that they maybe get a surprise round, or so that
Okay.
the lady doesn't sneak up on them.
You know what? I'm gonna need you to roll for that.
Bluff.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
No. Oh, sorry. I don't need to text. I have a mind link circlet.
Oh, do you?
Oh, that's right.
I also have a
Wait, we
voice
gave it to him for
amplifier.
exactly this.
I also have a voice amplifier in case I just want to shout it really loud, but I'm gonna use the mind link circlet this time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I
Sure you
think
want
so.
to do that?
All right. They probably overheard bits and pieces of the conversation, at least. They were speaking in fairly hushed tones, but you heard that there was some confusion and some plotting, and you know that nobody came out of the room. So,
Yeah, so I just like mentally think of them. If you come inside, there's a woman hiding behind in a U-turn to the left. I was unable to convince them to walk out of the room with their hands up behind their heads, though. Sorry.
Killing me, Cap.
Can we respond to this?
Yeah, it's a
I
mind
don't
link
think so with
circular.
the mind
it's a
link.
one-way.
Oh, really?
I think the
Damn.
mind link is a one way, but I have message.
All right.
We don't have
So,
time for this.
We don't.
Gur turns to Ninden and he kind of, using hand signals, motions for him to just wait until he throws a grenade into the room.
Oh no, it works fine. It's limited telepathy. It's like the Sharon's limited telepathy.
Oh,
Rachel
okay,
Sharon.
okay.
Oh.
I wasn't saying that it was only one way. I was as a joke. I thought it'd be really funny.
It
Oh,
would be so
okay.
Because
funny.
it matches up with Herald's YOLO lifestyle.
It does. It does.
It's like, by the
That
way,
YOLO
this is how it
life.
is. Bye.
Is
Can we have
Seth?
Herald
Is this?
say YOLO just for the record?
Not appropriately. Not. We can't just use it. He'll have to say it at some point, though.
Mm,
Please. By the end of the
Seth,
episode.
Yes. What's up?
through this room is that's the room that we need to get to, correct? Through that door.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, all right. So then this is less. We don't have time for this because we need to take them out in order to get to that room.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Then Ninden will nod at Gur and he'll hold his fists at his side and they start to glow.
All right. Glowing fist.
Yeah, I'm not the
Glowing
Iron Fist. I'm the Entropic Fist.
Mhm.
All right. And Gur will go ahead and pull out his improvised incendiary grenade and just kind of chuck it around the corner there to where he knows there are people.
Uh-huh.
And his
Yeah.
Including his captain.
Yes.
Where is that going to end up?
Well, I know where everybody is in the room, right?
Yeah, so I described it.
So
Here.
you-
I'll intentionally, if you communicate that you're planning to throw a grenade, Herald will say, "Oh, okay," and get over into the corner.
Do I even need to communicate that? Like, wouldn't he just? Okay, yeah. Gur
Yeah,
kind
no,
of.
let-
There's like a table there.
And I'm squeezing behind it.
I think the guy is standing on the
Because-
table too.
No, he's
Yes.
standing beside it.
Herald can mechanically squeeze like that. He has that mechanically.
Yeah, but it would
not even just flavor.
ruin his cover.
So you just start squeezing over there.
I'm hiding behind the table. It gives great cover.
You are getting some looks right now.
Well, I'm giving those looks right back.
As the incendiary grenade comes and lands right just around the corner right here.
All right.
And I will of course use my special ability to increase its explosive radius by 5 so that it will hit both of them and not just the guy.
Okay.
And then we need a boom sound effect.
Yeah.
Any day now, roll 20. There we are.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's a 1 on the
That's-
attack roll.
It is a 1 on the attack roll, yes.
Can it critically fail?
That
is that
is
a thing?
entirely up to you, my good man.
Well, when you miss with a thrown weapon, usually it just like lands in a different square, right?
But
Right,
that also
but that's not a
didn't
miss.
miss.
So-
Yeah, that's
Oh.
it's AC.
I mean,
of
it's an
5 to hit the
attack.
corner of the
Right.
square.
You can critically fail any attack roll.
Yeah.
But
And
if
that's
you
what I'm
fail,
saying.
which
Entirely
means
up
you
to there.
miss. And if you miss with a grenade, then it bounces. So
All right,
Yeah,
so
okay,
roll
yep,
yourself
that
a
sounds
d8
legit.
then.
Yeah, let's do a D8. And we'll go.
1 in 20
clockwise
chance.
with it.
It was right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It ends up right here.
Yes, right
Which-
next to her.
Which can a grenade end up on a corner where there is a wall that ends?
I I mean, we'll just.
I mean, it just
put
like bounces against the wall, right? So it like lands.
I
here.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, if that's what you want, then okay.
Rolls
Yeah,
over there.
yeah, that's a fine place for it to go. Now, does that put you in the explosive radius?
Yes,
Though?
yes, it would. So Gur throws it in there, and he sees it instead of bouncing forward, it's like a football, and it
It's
bounces
like, yeah,
backward.
I was
He's like,
about to
"Oh,
reference
punk."
a football. Like it just footballs right back the other direction.
But that's okay, because Gur's just gonna go ahead and, without even rolling, because I want to just do this, he's gonna dive for cover. So he's gonna land prone back here to avoid getting blown up.
All right.
But that is 7 fire damage and a DC of 3, 4, 5, 15.
Okay, so everybody sees Gur like roll up and then toss a grenade and then immediately like blink his eyes
16.
wide open and then jump back away from the door.
Sorry,
and
it's-
then-
He realizes what just happened. What?
Reflex DC 16, not 15. 16.
I heard.
Thank you.
I was just also talking. Sir, I'm going
Pay
to assume.
attention to me!
I was also going to. I believe that means that what's his name is not in the radius anymore. Is that correct?
It
Yeah,
is a 15-foot
because-
radius. It is a 15-foot radius. Oh,
From
Remember,
the corner.
diagonals.
outside
The
of it.
first diagonal takes 5. The second diagonal takes 10. So
Yeah,
Got it.
so it doesn't. matter.
So
That's
she does not save. So she takes damage
and is on fire.
fire. What kind of fire? What level of fire?
What level of fire? About 1d6 worth of fire.
1d6
if you had to
fire.
ascribe a polyhedral die to it,
Yeah,
All right.
I would describe one that has 6 sides.
I do believe that will put us into combat. So go ahead and roll me initiative,
seems like
everybody.
it.
oh,
sorry,
it's a
I-
nat 20 on
I
initiative.
can't
for a
tell whether
20.
we're in combat because there's no fighting music.
Oh well, I was just working on that.
Yeah, the drums.
Nice.
All right. I get initiative for these two as well. Mhm.
Apparently, we've brought Crow Space Boy to tears. I'm so happy.
To tears.
Yes.
Whatever for.
of
For
comedy.
Roald.
Oh, okay.
The usual.
I was gonna say, like,
And this is why he's a fan favorite.
indeed. I've started, like, actually appropriately applying initiative to people. I was just kind of free-forming it before, but it's led to a couple situations. So I'm starting to do my full actual job.
We appreciate you.
It's true.
Very much so.
I guess. All right.
Alright. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Crow thinking about her all trying to squeeze behind the table while looking hard in the eyes of the enemy.
The hell is this person
Yeah.
doing? All
In
right.
case it, yes. So Astrozoans have this compression ability, which lets them squeeze as though they were a small creature.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
All right. That will bring us to Ninden.
All right. Ninden is going to blindly rush into the room, as Ninden does. And he's going to go... Can he stand right here on this table, in the space of this
stand
table? Thing?
beside the table. So what actually happened with that table, when the explosion went off, it went crashing into the guy who was hiding behind it, and he stood up to get ready to fight, and in the process flung the table aside, so it's no longer an obstacle.
Good to know. All right, so Ninden then punches the guy.
Okay.
You know, like he does. And he gets a 20 to hit EAC.
That is just a hit. Go ahead
Oof.
and deal your damage.
Take 14 points of acid and bludgeoning, please.
All right. Oh, I forgot to need to get over to. And
Yeah,
then,
and
and then
holding.
gotta. There we go. Ninden punch sound effect. 14
Yeah.
damage. Okay.
And since I don't have an entropy point, this is important to keep track of. I have block, the block property on my entropic strike. We rarely talk about it because it does not stack with the entropic armor bonus that I get sometimes.
Okay.
But I have a +1 to my AC against him specifically because
Got it.
I hit him with an attack. And that is my turn.
All right. Which brings us hilariously to Herald.
Oh boy, I'll flank. Yeah, flank this mean vanguard. But then
Oh,
telepathically,
perfect.
I'll ask Gur whether he would like to be in this room a bit faster.
Gur would be happy to be in that room a bit faster.
All right, then I will encourage him to be in the room a bit faster with my standard action.
Do you summon
you
your?
know what?
Do you summon your fleshy Solarian hammer?
Absolutely. Oh my
Ew.
god.
Can
Oh,
you even make
boy.
it like glow or anything?
And yes, and
Maybe
thank
with
you.
like bioluminescence, like.
Absolutely, it just emerges. I like reach into my pocket and like pull it out because I'm not really super clear on how the whole thing works, and I just have to like, as I do that, my like hand extends and enlarges such that like the palm it like juts out of the palm. So it's like this kind of pink, vaguely glowing, definitely not authentic looking hammer that I sort of, that Herald sort of flourishes menacingly on the other side of Ninden.
It's the sort of thing where like if anyone was bothering to look closely, they would disbelieve. But people tend to get really distracted when a giant glowing lizard,
Or they're on fire.
barges into the room.
Yeah,
and
being
you're
on fire will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Gur gets an extra move action on his turn, which is now.
Which I realize now I actually have Kip up, so
Oh.
swift action to stand up. I'll just go ahead. We're gonna save that swift action in case I want it later, so we'll use that extra move action to stand up, and then my other move action to run into the room here. Like this, do it properly instead of running through walls. And he sees the lady on fire there as he runs around, and he kind of does a little bit of a spin, sort of wheel around, and he, as he does, he hurls the sintered star knife at her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but that's only a 15.
Does that hit?
15 against KAC.
No, that one is going to be a miss.
I imagine. And then
the knife sails right next to her head and pings off the wall beside it.
And as it's in midair, Gur uses his swift action to snap his fingers and call it back to him.
There you go.
Oh no, I'm surrounded.
Did you say that in his voice or in his fake cultist voice?
It's funnier if it's in his voice.
Yes.
All right, that brings us to Mouse.
All right. Well, Mouse is going to get out her dueling sword, I guess, because why not? And we're gonna make use of that sweet, sweet move. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have been counting in fives. 20, 25.
If you hit Q while you're holding your token, it'll
Yeah.
use the measurement, and then you don't have to count.
Unfortunately, I also have to be holding down a key in order to talk, so I don't have enough hands. Alright, so...
Toggle talk.
Yeah, well...
Toggle mute.
Do that toggle mute. I'm all up on that toggle mute.
Mouse is gonna go here.
And a stabby stab.
Oh,
This
wow.
lady.
Moving right on in.
Why not?
Moving on in.
Oof.
That's a 14. I imagine it does not hit.
No, that does not hit. So she gets set on fire, and then she has a knife thrown at her, and someone swings a sword at her. But those other two don't seem to be doing a whole lot right now. So
Here's her burn damage.
yeah, thank you. I was about to. Well, I was going to remind you, but maybe I shouldn't. Yes, she burns. So I think that means it's a DC 15 to stop burning.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 10 plus damage taken. So
Okay.
She gets to make that save at the end of her turn.
Oh my god. Well, she doesn't make it either way.
lol.
There you have it.
La 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 la. Don't join cults, kids.
Let me see what she would do in this.
Yeah, this whole book is actually just like anti-cult propaganda. Like
Yep,
the
that's
entirety of Dead
That's all it
Sons.
is. Dead Sons is anti-cult propaganda.
An
An anti-corpse fleet.
Yeah. Ugh. Watch out, kids, for zombies who talk like people.
What she'll do actually is after the gnome runs up and swings a sword at her, she yells, "Okay, get her off of me!" So put her effectively under the effects of get 'em. Let's see. We'll go with that. There we go. Appears to be a targeting thing. It's crosshairs. And then she's going to. Oh God, what would she do? Hers holding melee weapon. She's holding melee weapon. She's in the safest place she can get. So, get 'em is going to be a standard action. Can you go into total defense as a move action? I forget.
Nah, it's just standard.
Oh, so that's the standard action. Oof. Or is get 'em a move?
I
didn't take it.
Get up is a. I believe it's a standard unless you take the advanced one.
Improved get 'em.
Improved get 'em. I think improved.
No,
yeah,
I think get 'em is a move, but I think improved get 'em is a standard that you can also attack on.
Yes.
That
it both
does sound
modifies
right,
them.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but,
both-
because I
haven't
know the
played
envoys
that
can.
one in a
I know
long
the
time.
envoys at level 1 can get 'em and shoot, so I know it's a move action.
Got it.
Okay, so yeah, she's going to go.
Yes,
she's
it
gonna
is a
go-
move action.
She's going
Confirmed.
to go total. She's going to take a defense action because she can't move anywhere right now. All right, which will bring us to Kaylin.
All right. I'm gonna get inside this room and take a quick measurement here. Because I can't do it from outside. So I won't go all the way into the room, but I will move. 'Cause I don't actually need to. So I'll go to the door, and I'm gonna mind thrust that guy over there.
All right,
So he needs to make a will save.
Will Save.
18.
More like a won't save.
Is that my joke?
What's the DC on that one?
That is
18.
your joke.
Oh, yeah, he makes it. So there's going to be
6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
And then I'm gonna move around this corner.
Okie doke.
Or because we're also a podcast, duck back behind the wall.
Yeah. She
Nice.
is not entering the room. She stood in the doorway, gave this guy a minor headache, and then moved back away from the door around the corner.
Because she's smart.
Yeah.
Not that minor.
I mean, I guess 6 is probably that's like a migraine, probably.
Yeah, it's like a decent migraine.
I feel like that's how much damage I take when I have a migraine. I feel like it's more than that, honestly.
No, I'd buy 6 HP damage from
Per 6 seconds? Yeah.
Yeah.
6 seconds
true.
of migraine. That's the important part.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
all right,
6 seconds of migraine.
That'll bring us over to this guy's turn. He's going to go ahead and scoot, but he's going to do a certain thing.
What kind of move action is a scoot?
It's a special kind of move action, which means you don't get to hit him when he does it. It's weird. So he's going to...
And now one other question. Is
Make
the
it up
scoot like
your
a dog
action.
dragging its butt across the floor, or...
He's going to utilize something called Stellar Rush.
Oh.
And
Pronk
moving,
that.
I don't know if I like that.
which means that these 2 squares are now on fire.
That's Blazing Orbit.
Oh wait. Oh, Stellar Rush is the charging attack. That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
does
you
have
charge without the
Can-
penalty.
Can you Blazing Orbit and Stellar Rush at the same time?
No, actually.
Okay.
Because
Never mind.
Blazing Orbit is a move action to activate, then you get to move your speed. Stellar Rush is you get to charge as a standard action.
Right. Okay. Which one would he use?
So he
Which
could
one
run
would
around
he
the
use?
room with it on fire
then
and then
charge.
charge.
That is my Skittermander Armor Solarian's favorite thing to do. Just set
Well,
the
you
entire
can't do
room
them
on
both at the same
fire.
time, but I think Blazing Orbit, you move while using Blazing Orbit, and then you can use Stellar Rush to charge. That's right.
Yes, yes. But they would be 2
but-
separate actions.
That's
Not
And
quite.
he would have to be 10 feet away
right.
in order to be able to charge.
But he will do that actually. Let's see. So he will provoke all kinds of attacks of opportunity.
Oh, boy.
Yay for me.
just
So
one kind.
from you as well, yes.
Woot.
Oh.
Just see his path so we know if he actually does provoke, because
Yeah. I
Small
made a
room.
move. Did you see it?
did not
I did
know.
not.
What the heck? So yeah, he went here,
Oh,
here. Oh, and mouse.
and
Mouse
Mouse
rolls a
rolls
nat
a
20.
preemptively crits him.
Woo! Oh! It's a cosmic crit because I rolled a 20 for the attack and then full damage.
No, max
not
on one
full
of the-
damage.
one of
Not full
those.
damage,
Damn.
but very
Ah,
close.
damn it! I rolled a natural 2.
Oh no!
Oh no.
So he does take a nasty chunk of damage here. Let's
Oh my
see here.
goodness.
It's gonna be
Gur also
21
rolled.
from Mouse, and then 23 from Gur. So that was a bad move on his part.
Well, now everything's on fire, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Pro Space Boy says she just held her sword out and he ran into it.
Pretty much. The whole idea here was to make this difficult for everyone. Let's see.
Squiggly red line.
You know what?
Let's find
Seth,
out exactly what
I hate to say
Blazing Orbit
this.
does. What's up?
Blazing Orbit gives him concealment on any opportunity attacks made while using that move action.
Oh.
That's only
partial-
20%.
Either
Right?
concealment or partial concealment.
All right, so we'll both roll a 1d100, and if it is 20 or below, we miss.
Yes. That's fine. I'll let you roll it, I suppose.
Just barely.
Ooh.
No!
Oh,
Mouse misses, I
I'm
guess.
so bitter.
I am the worst.
We're not friends anymore, Leaf.
You mean Mac?
It wasn't
I
him that pointed.
do.
It wasn't him that pointed it out.
Sorry.
It's okay. I deserve this.
She doesn't
Shame.
even remember your name anymore. That's how
Yeah.
shocked she is.
That's how bad this
Blinded
is.
with rage.
Now,
With,
how
like,
much
rage.
damage does this area do now?
I
Let's
just
see.
know that karmically, it's always best to remind the GM of things that benefit the GM. If
Sure.
that makes me a teacher's pet, then fine.
You're good, man. You're good.
What do you want, Ninden?
Okay.
What do you even
so,
want?
Yes, he will end that with a stellar rush towards Mouse. Now that everybody's
No.
attacks of opportunity are all burned up.
No.
Herald's isn't.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna roll an attack of opportunity against with your fleshy hammer?
I will not, no.
Oh, okay. I imagine that would actually result in damage because you're hitting him with a part of yourself as he's running around on fire.
Ow, 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 ow.
All right, so that is going to be for that attack. Oh, good lord.
Yeah,
29 versus KAC Mouse.
Why you do this to me?
Ah! I'm just a little gnome.
Let's see. Oh, that's a lot of d6s. There's gonna be 31 bludgeoning damage, bludgeoning and fire damage as he smacks Mouse with a blazing hammer.
Ouch.
And just to, let's see here. so we can have this information. The fire area is these squares here. So if you enter these squares, you take 2d6 fire damage.
Does
Is he photon attuned?
Oh,
Or
yeah, he is
graviton attuned?
absolutely photon attuned.
Then we also gain the burning 1d6 condition if we step
Gosh.
into the fire.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's not gonna affect
I
you,
don't
it's
play
gonna affect me
Solarians,
next turn.
so.
I love Solarians so heckin' much.
Wait, isn't he in the fire? Does he burn?
Can you suffer from your own blazing orbit?
Let's see. You can't move through another. The flames last for 1 down and deal 2d6 fire damage to anyone who moves into them.
Oh, well, yeah. So he sets himself on fire. What a cool guy.
He's pretty hardcore, all right.
He's hardcore. He's trying to save his sister? Question mark? Oh, he takes 9 damage.
I mean, they have character art together, so it's quite possible.
I definitely see a family resemblance.
Yeah. All right.
And
that is
and
gonna
he's
be-
on fire.
Yeah, he's on fire. So the end of this turn.
I feel like you should. How does he
much
get set
fire.
on fire by his own flame?
It's you know, it's weird. And I disagree that that's how that works, but that's fine. Rules is raw. We'll go with it.
rules as written.
I wasn't
like,
gonna
hit
say it.
number
Yeah,
for
sorry.
ATM machine.
Yeah,
the
sorry.
ATM machine. Yeah, exactly. No,
First
Not
No,
a
I-
brain. A
It's
brain.
alright.
Ninden.
You are
Ninden is going to blindly, uncaringly step into this fire.
as Ninden does.
As Ninden is wont to do. So he immediately takes 2d6 fire damage.
Yeah.
You got one of those thermal
Forward.
things?
No. Why
Oh,
would I
dear.
have one of those?
10
He
fire
likes
damage
taking
before any
damage.
kind of reduction.
I take the full 10, and I'm going to then punch this guy with flanking. That's a 30 to hit for. I keep rolling ones on my damage. 16 points of acid and bludgeoning.
Oh, that'll definitely do it. Let's see.
And
He's
he
looking-
says,
He's
"Get away
looking
from my
bloody.
friend."
Yeah.
Mouse spits out a tooth.
Yeah, or I suppose more accurately.
Yeah.
Oh
Harold.
no.
You've got this, mouse. I guess stab the one that Ninden punched. And I'll give back 17 of Mouse's stamina.
Thanks,
There you
boss.
Her tooth grows back.
Nice.
my
Tooth was
God.
inspired
That's
by my
upsetting.
words. And I'll just throw away my move action.
And you said 17, dear?
Yes.
All right. And that will bring us to Grr.
All right, so here, I suppose I can't make a full attack with my one thrown weapon, can I?
Correct.
Okay, because I would have to, I have to use that swift action to call it back to me.
Correct.
Damn.
Only problem with the thrown weapon.
Only problem with the thrown weapon.
Unless you have 2 of them.
That's
Um,
Dual wielding, recalling centered star knives. Yeah.
That would be
That would-
so badass.
Well,
Bane.
but you only get one
But
standard
also-
swift
You can only
action
do
to
it
pull
once,
back.
so.
Yeah.
If they're returning, called
they're
requires
returning.
a swift action, but if they're returning, they just come back to you.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They come back, but it's not until the beginning of your next turn. So
Yeah,
they will
yeah.
be ready for you to attack again, but you cannot use them to attack of opportunity is the drawback of that.
No. So
Um,
so one of them's
bro.
returning, and one of them you use the swift to get it back for the attack of opportunity.
There we go. That's
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
both level 1 units, so it's perfect. Okay. In this case, though, Gur is going to go ahead and use the hand cannon in his other hand to take his first shot, and then throw the centered star knife as
Oh.
the other half of the attack. So we're going to have to calculate this. They don't have their -4s calculated in, but
What-
we're doing
I
this.
feel like
Can you do that?
I feel like you technically can't do that because that's a
That's-
two-handed
no, you-
weapon, right?
No.
Oh,
The hand cannon is but you know what? It's unwieldy when I don't have a free hand.
Yeah.
So we're just attacking with the star knife. That's the one that I
Okay.
rolled.
Okay.
sorry to pull a Tom there, and
No. So it would have totally
Oh,
been a
heck off,
thing
Simon.
if it wasn't an unwieldy weapon. Because
Yeah.
I can full attack with 2 different weapons. That's totally.
No, you
I
can. You
swear I've
can.
read
You
that
can.
before.
As long. No,
Okay,
You're
okay.
right. You're right.
The problem was 2-handed.
Exactly.
Well, you can, but you were using your move action to draw your gun, so, right?
I just kind of figured you're headed out, and he was drawing that knife as part of his last move.
Sure.
Last
Ah.
action. But
Whatever. I would have accepted
here's-
it. What's happening now
here's
is
what's-
you're throwing a knife. So
in the interest of all parties, yes. Gur for this round uses his move action to draw his gun if he didn't have it out before, and throw his knife with his standard.
okay. Who's he
23
throwing
to
it at?
hit. Burning Lady.
Burning Lady. Okay.
Just gonna keep hitting
That's
that one.
that's my favorite festival, Burning Lady.
Burning Lady, yeah.
Yeah.
Way better than Burning Dude, I think it's called.
Burning Bro.
Favorite
Burning
movie? Lady on
Bro.
Fire.
Burning
Yeah,
Gentleman.
no, that absolutely hits. She lets out a shriek as the knife hits her, and that brings us
Now-
to Mouse.
Does that hit when
Yeah.
she's full defensed? Because I
Oh
totally
yeah,
forgot she
totally
was
does.
defensed.
Totally does.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Mouse is going to burn a standard action to do energy shield, so
Okay.
that she has a little bit of, comfort, a little bit of padding.
Energy. Serendipity?
Yes, Mouse Galini.
Energy shield.
Yes, Mouse Galini. And so, like, her little avatar spreads out into a shield. Awesome.
Tell,
Anyhow.
tell me she makes that sound effect.
Oh, totally.
With her mouth.
Bjorn.
And then she uses a move action to designate target on the dude in the middle.
Okay.
The Burning Boy.
The burning boy.
Burning Bro.
Burning Lad.
All right.
And then as her swift action, she flicks him off.
All right. The Starfinder salute is what we call that in the Cosmic Crew. So, Mouse, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
What is your sense motive? How many ranks do you have in sense motive?
I'm not sure if I have any.
Hold
Okay.
on. Yeah, none. None.
Okay.
I'm
What
book smart, not
is-
street smart.
You know, y'all are level 7, right?
Correct.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
Okay. It's hard to keep track of that sometimes.
I
alright.
know.
7 going on 12.
Okay. So, the lady next to you does a weird thing. Like she aims her gun at you, and then right before she pulls the trigger, she ends up dropping her stance, and she thrusts a knife at you, which you super don't see coming. You are flat-footed. She
Oh
fainted you.
no!
She fainted you. So let me see what that's gonna. Oh man! And then she rolled like garbage. Let's see what that's gonna get. Oh no way. That's gonna be 12 versus flat-footed KAC. So I don't think it's gonna do it. It's like what, effectively a -4 to your KAC.
-2.
-2.
-2, yeah, then nope, does not hit.
You were tricked, but she still didn't manage to get through your armor.
Yeah.
Now I believe she's still on fire.
She is totally on fire. Taking
I'll
one
roll that
damage. Oh
damage.
yeah, you roll it. Because I rolled a 1.
3.
He's better. Ooh, that's
it's a 13.
That's 3 times better than what I rolled. She's not on fire anymore. She puts the fire out.
Cool.
Oh.
And Mouse no longer get 'em'd.
Yeah!
She didn't renew that. All right, Kaylin.
All right. As I'm low on spells, Kaylin will move over to this side of the room while pulling her gun out.
Okay, so by this side of the room.
The far side of the room.
So Kaylin enters the room, scooting past Hervald and Gur to get to the opposite side that their assailants are on.
Yep. And I'll take a shot at the burning gal.
The no longer burning girl. The former.
The girl who was formerly on fire.
The woman formerly known as Burning Lady.
Yes.
That's a 17 to hit
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
for 7
Uh,
sonic damage.
She she's pretty squishy. I'm not gonna lie. Very squishy,
Yeah.
squishy person. So yeah, she definitely gets hit by that attack, taking full damage. Does not look like she's gonna be around a whole lot longer. So that will bring us to the big scary man, who, let's see. In this case, will wheel around to face Ninden in the fire. I believe that the damage is renewed from the blazing orbit. So
the fire
I
is
think...
actually out.
Oh, it's out at this point?
It lasts 1 round.
Okay, so it can't do damage twice, essentially.
Correct.
Got it.
Flames last for 1
Well,
round, and
Yeah,
I don't know,
saw that
maybe
it
if you,
lasted
like-
for 1 round.
Maybe if you went
Right.
into it and then
The
left and then
burning
went back in.
condition.
Burning
Oh,
condition,
man.
that resumes.
burning. Flames last 1 round, but burning is forever.
Burning is forever.
Ha.
Take some damage from that.
The De Beers from like the elemental plane of fire.
And he is going to attempt to smack up Ninden.
Do it.
Couple swings.
Do it.
It's probably super definitely a hit. 28 versus KAC.
Not as super as you would think, but yes.
And then just to get the other one out of the way here. That is a natural 20.
Oh no!
Oh,
Before I forget, I'm running.
Uh-huh.
I'm rolling 2d6 for my electrostatic harness.
Aha.
Take 4 points of electricity damage.
Oh, 4 whittle points of electricity
yeah. All right, give me my damage.
All right, the first attack, before reduction, that is going to be 20 bludgeoning damage from his big hammer.
Okay, so I just take 1 entropy point for that, and then I'm critted, which gives me 1 automatically.
All right, this next one, a little spicier. That's going to be 42 bludgeoning damage before reduction.
That's really spicy. I'm gonna spend
That's
one.
a pretty spicy hit, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my 1 entropy point from heckin', the first hit to mitigate that. But then I can't gain entropy points. You know what? I'm not. Yeah, I should. That would be dumb. Sorry, that was a trip. So I've got 1 entropy point remaining because I was critted upon, but I can't gain any more entropy points from that massive amount of damage. So I take 42 minus 5 for the thingy, minus 28. Okay.
All right. He's no longer on fire. So everybody watches as after Ninden comes up and delivers a blow, he whirls around and smacks Ninden across. He smacks him in the stomach with the first blow, and while Ninden's reeling from that, he kind of whirls around and delivers a directly to the side of the face hammer smash, which looks like it has done some damage to your dear wizard friend.
That's a lot of damage.
Does he also have these like corrupted looking Solarian hammers?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
And then
Ninden.
is going to take 2 fire damage as he continues to burn.
Okay. I've got to remember the DC is 12 then.
Yep. Let's go ahead and take care of that now, just so we can.
Okay, that's fine.
I know it's supposed to be at the end of the turn, but what's the point? Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out you beat 12.
It's
26.
technically, I think, because you can take an action to make it easier. To
Oh, okay.
You beat 12 twice.
I beat 12 a lot, so I'm
Yeah.
actually really cold now. It's very
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pin the fire.
You now take 1d4 cold damage.
Damn it. All right. So Ninden.
A victim of his own success.
Ninden has like a trickle of blood running down one forehead now. One forehead, one side of his forehead. He has 2 foreheads. Spoiler.
Whoa! A piece of the vest
Not
anatomy I was not
vest.
familiar with.
Okay. Sorry. He has a trickle of blood running down his one forehead, and looks at the guy. He said, "That was a pretty good hit." And he's going to full attack as well,
All right.
because he's flanking.
Indeed.
Oh my God! He rolls a 14 and a natural 1. I guess
then
he was
you
feeling
gotta
a lot more bravado
question it again.
then.
Kaylin, Ninden's concussed again.
He's
Yeah,
like,
that's Drew calls that out.
I'm
But Kaylin,
not-
I think Dre's got another. God damn it! I think. Cracking up
Alright.
too hard, I can't.
Moving right along. Let's
Yeah.
forget that ever happened.
Yeah, and then Star Wars kids a little bit, and then we go on to Herald.
He has a tendency to do that. It's very
It's
disappointing.
true. It's weird.
Harald gets a sponge and gently dabs at one of Ninten's foreheads, restoring 17 stamina.
He's like a manager in a boxing match.
Yeah.
You got this, champ. You got this.
You gotta cut me,
You
coach.
gotta- Yes, I was just gonna say that. You gotta cut me, coach.
You got him on the ropes, kid. Get back in there.
And then I deposit my move action in my pocket for later.
Well, I mean, there's sharps containers here.
Oh yes, I put it in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Very
One
dangerous.
more level, buddy.
One more level.
Biohazardous waste.
Yes, we appreciate you properly disposing of your biohazardous waste.
There you go. All right, that'll bring us to Gert.
Grr. Seeing his friend getting hit like that makes him want to help his friend, so he's gonna go ahead and turn and throw the centered star knife at the big scary dude now. That's a 28 to hit for 18 damage.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Nice.
He lets out
And-
a grunt as this knife sticks into his side.
Yep. And then Gur will call it back as a swift action, kind of probably prompting a gout of blood to come out when the knife just kind of vanishes.
Yeah,
Oh.
he twists weird, like it was there and now it's not, and it feels really weird. Yeah, they're both on the ropes, just judging from their appearance. So they almost got
That's
this
it
one.
for me.
All right, Mouse.
All right. Well,
Mouse is going to attack her designated target, and with her sword.
hi-ya!
And actually, let's just do a full attack. Why not?
And you had this guy designated, right?
Yeah.
Big spooky dude.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's an 18 and a 23.
All right. The first attack just misses. Like you can, it glances off of his armor, but then
Did you account for flanking?
Oh, I did not.
Oh. No, both of those attacks super hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you dispatch of this much taller gentleman, Mouse?
Go for the knees!
I was gonna suggest that like a back of the knee slash for the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
So basically, like, she gets him down to her level.
Come
Uh-huh.
down here, you.
She takes him out at the knees and then whips across his throat.
Oh, jeez.
It's pretty awful. I mean,
Ninden watches in horror and also astonishment, I think. because
so it's not a
this
good
guy
way to
just
go.
Messed him up. And then his little gnome friend just destroyed him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he dies. He's super dead. Removed.
I took fencing in college.
The lady beside you cries out, "Okay!" and she tries to stab you a couple times in desperation.
I guess he's not feeling okay anymore.
Oh.
How could you
Those-
make just a blatant joke like that? A man is dead, Ninden.
Someone just lost their life. So that's gonna be a 20 and a 22 versus KAC. If
Yeah,
those hit.
yeah, those both hit.
Okay. So you roll better this time. I mean, I guess it's appropriate.
Doodly-doo! Congratulations, Masculinity. You've achieved the Makes Teammate Gasp achievement today.
While Serendipity is in the middle of saying that, Mouse gets slashed for 5 damage and then 8 damage.
Oh, okay.
Cut twice
Oh,
with a knife. Chick. Thanks, Serendipity. Jeez.
Serendipity, that was not on the approved list of achievements.
These achievements have been added by my machine learning algorithm.
I don't like it.
And I'm
Caitlin,
sorry, you said what were those again? The
5 and then 8 damage, so a total of
Thank you.
13. Yes. She's not too much of a combatant. Kaylin, though.
Kaylin will use her jetpack to jump this table.
Oh, that
Right
table's
over
not there
here.
anymore.
Right, but
What
it's
do
like
you
a mangled mess of tables in the corner. Just not gonna deal with it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And then take a shot at
She's
her.
just trying to flex her jetpack on
Yeah,
everyone.
just let her use her jetpack.
Yes, that 19 to hit.
Yeah.
For 11 sonic damage.
So you manage to get her right in the head with a sonic warp, and you watch as blood erupts from her ears, and she stumbles back against the corner and just falls down, probably very dead.
Folks, I worry that since they had names, they might have been relatively important.
Yeah,
Quickly, Bisha, tell us your life story.
You see, so, no, she looks up at you and she like points at her ears. She's like,
Oh no!
I can stabilize her. She
Oh.
can't be that dead.
Oh, phew.
Stabilize.
You
Okay.
can stabilize that.
All right, you can. Actually, hold on. So can you stabilize somebody if they go under 0 hit points?
It
Yeah,
depends
that's
on if
what
they
I
have resolve
stabilize.
points, right?
Well, yeah, and it's up to the GM really on enemies, because enemies don't always have resolve points unless they need them. So a lot of
these
GMs give
people
them.
do.
Yeah, sometimes they do. And in that case, you use them. But otherwise, it's up to the GM. A lot of the times, the GMs will give them 3 rounds. They feel nice. But
Yeah. So I imagine that okay, the large gentleman is probably dead.
Sorry.
Just based on the way that Mouse dispatched of him. Here, let me take care of this. Poof. Zap. That's what the turn order tracker sounds like. That's the sound effects.
Ah.
But yeah, you can stabilize Bisha.
So
Wave-
stabilize.
Sorry.
All right.
Waves of entropy will sort of like fall off of Ninden, like what is it, like steam or fog, sort of just falling over a surface, and he walks over. So, is she dead?
No, she'll live.
What about the other one, the gentleman?
Yeah,
Captain.
I can't really do much about that level of dead, sadly.
Well, that's gonna
Hi.
make diplomacy a bit hard.
I don't know that we have time for this, though.
Yeah, I mean,
because-
to be fair, they were
Yeah.
tied up with barbed wire and getting tortured.
All right, we'll talk to her later.
But
We'll just
we
tie her
tie her
up.
up.
We ion tape her and leave her in the corner.
Yep.
Captain, perhaps you could try your trick again, being one of these two.
Oh, he'll look back and
Nin-
forth between the two of them, and then select the lady. What was her name
just
again?
made a lot of sound.
I was gonna say,
But they
if
could
that
have
grenade
won.
didn't
You
give it
never
away.
know.
Yeah.
Which,
Ninden-
speaking of, Gur's gonna rifle through their pockets real quickly and see if they have grenades.
Little grenade fiend.
Actually, we could be both of them. I have a disguise self spell.
Sure, but we need a
We could say we'd
story.
won.
I see. And we won, and we'd like them to come in and interrogate them?
Ninden sighs and steps aside. Whatever we're doing, we have to hurry.
Gur's not actually going to wait around for us to make this decision. He's running in to save Nib, so door's open.
Yeah, alright, that makes
All right.
sense.
So, just real quick, something that you notice about this room, it's your standard surgery scrub. Both anybody who has medicine, which I think is just Mouse. and
Herald.
Gur.
No,
Oh, and Herald.
Mouse, Gur, Herald. Didn't Kalen take medicine too?
Ha.
I thought we all had medicine for some reason.
No.
It's a very medical crew. But yeah, you recognize this is a surgery
Medic.
scrub. You know, you see this. You see the sinks, the various disposal units, etc. But one thing you notice about the door as you approach it to fling it open is a sign that says, "The care you deserve is ahead."
Oh, ew.
Does anybody know what foreshadowing is?
Which, you know, if you were here for surgery, that might mean something else. In this circumstance, a little foreboding.
I like it. I like it. It's a good touch.
That's good. Yeah.
Hold on, Ninden. Do you want to like spend a resolve point real quick?
No, we don't have time. What?
No,
Oh, you're right.
10
You're right. That
minutes.
takes 10 minutes. You're right. I'm sorry. I
The
forgot.
door is open.
All right. So, let me.
I'll probably be fine.
Turns out. Weirdly enough,
Is it monologue
Uh,
time?
I have a soundscape for this room. How weird.
Ooh.
Huh. Strange.
Spooky.
It's like this was planned.
Oh man, this guy's face just makes me so excited to punch him out.
So,
It's a very punchable face.
Show us the face. Show us the face. Make it big.
hold on a moment. I'm getting to it.
Okay, okay.
He's
It takes a
crafting a
moment to-
soundscape.
All right. It takes a moment to orient yourself when you enter this room. The angle from the camera and from this door are different, so the room doesn't look familiar immediately, except for the fact that you directly ahead of you see Nib and Otlo on the same operating table as before. You notice that neither of them are wearing anything, and Nib's fur is matted with blood. Otlo's smooth skin glistening from what is likely the same. They're showing a few signs of life, but clearly attempting not to move too much. Mouse, Gur, and Herald, you can tell that Nib is likely under the effects of some kind of mind-altering drug or sedative. With Otlo, the only evidence that you get are strange movements that they weren't making before when you met them, and there's a constant, nonsensical telepathic gibbering in Aklo that everyone can hear. In a moment, Nib appears to snap into clarity, her eyes widening, and she gasps out a rather unhealthy choke of probably blood in her throat. She goes, "Guys, look out! Amaldril is here!"
It's all right. We're here. We're going to save you, and probably kill him.
Yeah, Gur's making a beeline for the guy if he's visible.
So to the northeast, there are in the shadows. You see your coworker and ultimate pain in the butt, Amaldril. Let me. Oh dang it! What happened to the? I had a thing. I had a handout.
Thing?
So
You
his
can
name
shift
is
Z the
Evolved
token.
Drill.
Amaldrel Versian. He's not a Pokemon.
Are you sure?
A ball pill.
A ball peen hammer. Yes. Very serious moment indeed.
Jeez.
Sorry.
So he stands in the shadows to the northeast. You see the bottom of. You see his feet illuminated, and he starts to step out into the harsh light. And in a sarcastic tone, he goes, "Sun divers," sounding a little bit amused. You notice not just the glint of his eyes, but the silhouetted outline of a pistol in his hand. I was about finished.
Box the way he says it.
I was about finished up here. I thought I'd have to come and find you. Thank you for doing the legwork. He steps forward again, and some of the robes he was wearing before have been shed, making him appear a little bit more ready for combat. I know you're all basically some dumb mutts out of your depth, so all I need to do is kill you.
Yeah, and since
Sure,
you'll
punch
do
him in the face.
since you'll do that, would you mind letting us know why this cult is involved with this? Very confusing. I thought we'd figured out who the bad guys were.
Shut up, Herald.
Well, okay. Well,
I've
I
heard
wanted
all I
you
need
to
to
talk,
hear.
not me.
I was gonna say, are we gonna really let this guy monologue?
Ninden
Punch him in
would
the
like
face!
to charge.
So
Okay.
anybody, hold on. Before anything starts here, anybody who is looking into the room, can I get a perception check, please?
Ooh, yes.
Can-
Should I not be inside the room? Is
Sure.
that what I'm hearing?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
30.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, I got a 19 on the die, which means I got a 19.
17.
So proud of you.
So
Oh, you got a
proud.
26.
My
Oof.
Gur sense is tingling.
Actually, nobody's sense is tingling. Okay.
Not even mine?
No.
Not even
Damn.
yours.
Yeah.
Well,
That's tough
headlong,
perception.
we rush into danger then.
Yeah, you see,
Yes.
you watch as he does have the pistol in one hand, but he in his other hand he has an ultra thin switchblade, and he lowers himself into a combat stance. I think it's time to roll initiative.
Dun,
this boss
dun,
fight?
dun, dun, dun,
Did-
dun, 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 dun.
Did he say that?
Oh,
Because
No.
he kind of said it in the same voice.
Look,
I think it's time to roll initiative, and Gur just kind of like
He
scratches
doesn't
his
have
head.
he doesn't have a growly
What are you
voice.
talking about? Oh, he doesn't.
I rolled a nat 20 on the last fight. I rolled a nat 1 on this fight.
Well, that's you gotta balance this stuff out.
Peaks
Yeah,
and
karma.
valleys, folks.
Pretty much. Yep.
Gotta balance it out.
Perfectly balanced. As all things should be.
Well,
All right, Thanos, calm down.
Hey.
I already said we're not part of the MCU. Start of the episode. See.
Someday.
Okay. That will bring us to Herald getting things started as Versian attacks.
All right. I guess what I'd like is previously we've discussed using a different version of the ability Hurry that immediately gives the move action instead of on that person's turn. Is that something you'd consider, Seth?
Oh,
I don't-
goodness.
I mean, like, that's something that we were doing during Signal of Screams, but then we discovered that it works differently.
That we were
Right.
dirty, rotten cheaters.
We were.
All right, fine. Then I will give Ninden a move action, even though he won't
Golly
go for a
Ninden.
year. And with my move action,
You're below
nothing.
somebody currently.
Yeah, you're in somebody else's square.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. Boop.
Oh, there's Herald.
And
I was hiding.
I was disguised as Mouse. I
Yeah.
don't think I'll do my move action. Who needs it?
Okay. All right. Maldrell will start up by he starts kind of circling around the room, and the way he moves, you would never have known him to be like this because you've never thought of him in a combat situation. You've only thought of him as a scientist, but he moves in a very strange way that belies years of combat expertise. And Gur, let's see. You find yourself taken by surprise as he attacks you with a gun. Let's see. You are effectively flat-footed.
Operatives. Eat
Uh,
operatives for breakfast.
It is going to be a 21 versus your flat-footed EAC for this first attack.
That'll hit.
Okay. let's see. Let me find the right type of weapon for this.
Is he shooting through cover over that table?
They're like at waist level, and both Gur and him are standing. So
Okay, all right.
I don't think
Just
it would
wanted to
necessarily
check.
count. So that is going to be. Goodness. Not only is he an operative. Sorry, there's a lot of dice involved with this guy. It's a little insane. It's going to be 23 damage before reduction to Gur as he shoots him with a called Screamer decoupler.
So what kind of damage?
Acid.
You take full damage. How much was it again?
23.
Ouch.
That's a neat pistol, though.
Yeah, there you go. So Gur, you just got shot by an acid gun.
Gur yowls in pain and then his eyes just fix on where that pain originated from.
Of course.
Yeah, and he's gonna go ahead and just. Am I gonna be able to stand here?
Point it out for me.
Sorry, I'm moving there. Is that a spot I can stand?
There's technically tables of equipment there. I think it's one of those spaces you can move through, but not necessarily stand in.
That is all right. I will stand here.
Okay. You don't provoke an attack that way, so.
Yeah. I was okay with provoking an attack, but Gur's going to stand there, and as he's moving, I guess he doesn't have a shot on the run. Never mind. He'll get up there, and then he'll stab him with his star knife, I guess.
Do it.
Stab.
Yeah.
27 to hit for 23 damage.
Woo!
Okay.
Stab that operative.
That will do it. So let's see here.
Well, he's got the blade in him. He just twists it a little bit and kind of snarl grins at him.
Well, you notice there's a little bit of resistance, and you see what you didn't notice this before, but there's a glint of a force field that pops up briefly, which reduces the efficacy of your stab, but some of it goes through. Let's see. Yeah, you don't really get a deep cut, but you do slash up his armor. And when you grin at him, he looks at you dispassionately, like he doesn't really much care for what you're doing. It'll bring it to Mouse.
All right. Well, Mouse is going to. "15, 20, 25, 30. Move here, and she is gonna shoot with her with her line weapon, which is why she had to move around.
There you go. Yeah, you don't want to get Otlo and Nib caught in that.
No, they can't really afford that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Pew!
Some jokers in the chat saying acid damage really burns you up inside.
Oh.
Ha!
Ooh. I bet this
26.
plasma rifle will.
Yeah, 26 is absolutely a hit.
Woohoo, for
let's
14
see.
damage.
Let's see, where we got? Plasma sniper. The plasma rifle does indeed hit Versian, burning up some of his armor.
Good.
Which will bring us to
I should have known something back when you borrowed my pen and returned it chewed up at the tip.
At the tip?
What a
Oh, no.
monster.
He never would have returned a pen.
Right? So
No,
Kalen
to
will
maintain
move in
cover. Maintaining cover.
to the far side of the room over here.
Okay, actually, When Kaylin hits this square, before she advances, something happens. So I'm gonna scoot you back real quick.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly becoming visible, a small Yosoki with white fur, which, if you recall, was noticed
you
inside the
did hint at
security
that.
room.
Yeah.
Wait,
Jeez.
which was what? Could you repeat that? I didn't hear that.
The white fur we found in the security room.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Let's see. Oh, hold on a sec. I need to add a turn for her. I'll just put her right after Kaylin because she was holding action for when somebody got close enough for her to do this specific thing. I guess I would put her before Kaylin, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Her
Well.
action would happen, then Kaylin's turn would go.
Yeah. So let's,
Or continue.
redo and scoot, scoot, scoot. No. Okay. We're there. Okay, we made it, everyone. We did it.
Woo!
Congratulations. Let's see. What she does. Is going to be. Where is that? There's so many. She has so many spells, you guys. It's kind of insane. What is the thing?
The thing with the stuff?
The thing with the stuff. Okay, there it is. I found it. I found it, y'all. I found it.
Thank goodness.
I know, it was really...
I was hoping he wouldn't.
Yeah, I know. 29 versus EAC.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
that's gonna hit.
Okay.
That's a spicy meatball.
This is the sort of spell that Kaylin may not be too familiar with because it's a technical.
Oh, I get a mysticism to try to identify it.
Oh, okay.
36.
Yeah,
10
that's
plus
enough.
5 times the spell level.
Yeah, that's totally enough. You realize that this mouse who just popped out of invisibility and is still up there. I don't know why I moved her. Oh, to put the turn on. Duh. Is using inject nanobots on you.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Rude.
So
Spellcaster fight.
that will be a fortitude save.
All right. I've only used half my move. Fortitude save, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's on this sheet somewhere. There it is. Oh no, that's
Ah,
a 10.
Oof. Okay. So you take 19 damage,
Ow.
Dang.
and you are now confused.
Oh
as a rush of
no.
nanobots
Yeah,
start to
Nike.
All right, I will pull
mess
up the
up your brain.
confused.
Yeah, I'm also going to look up confused. I didn't think anybody would actually get hit by that, so.
I think that's at the start of your turn though, so let me finish my turn.
Yeah.
That was about half my move. I don't want to be next to her.
Don't stand so close to me.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go back where I came from. Pronk this.
You treat all creatures as enemies, and you must roll on the table to determine your actions, is what Confused says. So.
Dang.
Yeah. Or maybe not quite that far back, but I'll move back to the door. And oh no. You know what? Crow wanted it. I'll use my standard action to take my Starlight form.
So it doesn't say
Oh, no.
specifically when
But
Confused
I
takes
won't-
effect.
I'll go here. Well, I mean, you rolled at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
I guess we could do it now for funsies.
That's weird.
I mean, if it doesn't
could do it.
specify, that's usually immediately, right?
Yeah. But
You roll on the table at the start of each affected creature's turn each round to see what it does that round.
which is weird because I don't think that they took into consideration if the confused effect happens to somebody in the middle of their turn. So.
Well,
No, yeah. I mean,
any
they next turn then, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
no,
it's
at the
taking
start
it's
of your
taking
turn
effect.
that you roll on. Yeah.
It's taking effect. It hasn't fully manifested yet, but you feel weird as nanobots get injected into your bloodstream.
I don't
Yeah,
feel
that's
so
yeah.
good.
not wanting to be right next to Ninden, when I take my starlight form, I'll just sort of move back a little bit, and then I will starlight form.
Okay.
Hey,
And
I appreciate
so Kalen just starts glowing. So the room becomes a little bit brighter now, I imagine.
Oh, a little bit.
Um,
I shed light. That's the word I'm looking for.
okay.
In a 30-foot radius. And special abilities.
Keelan's shedding all over the
I
place.
have concealment, and anything that ends its turn adjacent to me must make a fortitude save or be blinded for 1 round.
Okay. All right. Will that be the end of your turn?
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
All right, Ninden, you were hurried up by your captain.
Yeah, I have an extra move action.
do.
Now, of course, I don't suppose I'm allowed to stand here, am I?
No.
How
You can move through
frustrating that
space,
this
but you
guy
cannot stand there.
cornered himself. How about this space?
Yeah, you could throw that table aside. That wouldn't be that big of a deal.
All right, Ninden does that. And then he's going to full attack this guy.
Okay.
And he doesn't have anything clever to say because I couldn't think of anything. So he's just gonna punch and headbutt. That's a 26 to hit for the first one against EAC.
Yes, that will do it.
That you have to check is terrifying. So that's 18 points of, we'll say, acid damage. See if he likes it. And the next attack is a 15 to hit, so that's not going to hit, I imagine.
No.
No. All right, that is my turn.
All right. Harold.
Harold will finally mosey into the room and look around. Oh, see that rat person, the Isasoki. Do we recognize him? Is he also someone who worked at the NCI?
This
DCI?
Isasoki is not somebody who works at DCI, as far as you know.
Okay.
She is an unfamiliar face.
I will say, all right, Kalen. I'm familiar with these particular nanobots. What you're gonna want to do is like focus on some like early childhood memories to stabilize your mind against its effects. And for some reason, this works for 6 seconds.
Nice. Thank you.
See, envoys are great. Let's see. We'll go with this for confusion, I guess. The little shouting, "Oh my God, what's going on?" person. So she's confused, but we can suppress that for a round. So.
Perfect.
All right. And is that all for Harold's turn?
Yep, moving standard. I used my move, guys.
He did it.
We're so proud.
He's learning. All right. So, Ninden. He will go ahead, Amaldrel, after getting dusted by your fist, will turn around and he will shoot you after attempting to trick you.
Okay. He better
But
hope he
you've-
tricks.
Well, not only does he have trick attack, he also has uncanny shooter. So try to imagine somebody who moves in incredibly unpredictable ways in close range combat. Like imagine like an equilibrium or something like that. That's essentially what this guy is doing.
It's like that fighting stance where you empty your mind and just act completely randomly to defy prediction.
Sure. Yeah. And
Drunken Fist. There it is.
does manage to completely fool you and to launch an attack from an unexpected angle.
Are you saying don't get an attack of opportunity? Is that what that is?
No, you do not get an attack of opportunity when he shoots.
Even on
so-
Gur, I don't know how Uncanny Shooter reads.
You ranged attacks do not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Cool. Thank you. That's that then. I guess we don't get to punch this guy.
You have to use a feat to do it, so I mean, that's
Yeah.
it's a thing. Okay. Oof. That is going to be 30 acid damage to you, Minden.
Ouch! I
Uh,
get 2 entropy points.
and after shooting you, he actually begins to move. Not provoking an attack on his first movement, but that does not matter because of the way you positioned yourselves. He ended up getting through a second space of squares where you could get an attack of opportunity. So go ahead and roll.
Damn it.
That's a 22 to hit KAC.
That's not going to cut it, unfortunately.
I didn't think so.
It's literally not going to cut it. Haha, with your knife.
Uh.
Oh, holy
Alright,
cow!
well.
We've been playing for a bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, not quite long enough.
We're almost at break time, so to speak.
Oh god, mid combat break. That's not good.
Oh.
Well, we'll try and kill him first, okay?
We'll just have to
Yeah,
monologue
really good.
some more. It's fine.
Yeah, maybe
Roll
his
really
hit
good.
points just magically drop in half. You don't know.
You don't know. I guess you do, since you're the GM, but...
Ninden, are you going to roll that attack of opportunity?
I did. I rolled a 15. It's above Gur's.
Oh, I didn't see it for some reason. I'm a dumb.
That's okay. It might have blended in with my previous attack.
It did. Yeah, I think that's part of it. Okay. Anyway, Gur, your turn.
Gur is frustrated and hurls his knife at the guy.
All right. Again, no cover here because Otlo and Nev are below you.
27 to hit.
Oh wow. Yeah, that will be a hit. Let's
Cool.
see. So 20 damage.
Yep, 20 damage, and then for his move action, Gur, he turns and looks straight at that Technomancer, snaps his fingers, and walks up, and as he does, that knife just materializes in his hand again.
All
And he
right.
just locks eyes with her, him, it,
They.
and
Lost eyes
and
with them.
just glares.
All right. That'll bring us to Mouse.
Alright. Alright, Serendipity. Designate target.
Designating target. He has now got a little gear, or no, the little spanner thingy.
Yes.
And she shoots.
Do it. Let's see. That is the plasma rifle, right?
Yep. 22.
He dodges just out of the way.
What a dick. Oh wait, yes, that added. Okay.
Yeah. It was very close.
Not close enough.
All right. So, when the little mouse deigns to act again, so go ahead and move here.
There
Not
are like
a 5-foot step.
there are too many mice in this room.
That's true. There's a lot of mouse adjacent creatures here.
Wait a second. Did you say not a guarded step?
Correct.
Interesting move.
Don't fall for it, Leaf.
He fell for it. Gur attempts
it,
to
Leaf.
stab the little mouse and it does not manage to find his target. At which point you see her little paws get super heated and she shoots a bolt of lightning. We're going to target, I believe what we can do with this one is step to corner. She can shoot from here through these three, right?
Sure.
I believe that
you're-
works.
You're God. You can say yes or no.
Yes, she shoots all three of them with a bolt of lightning. So I am going to need a reflex save from Gur, Kalen, and Herald.
I'm getting attacked?
You are my friend. Here's a reflex.
How strange.
What?
And I will now utilize
Reflex.
dive for
Oh yeah,
cover.
I'll give a bonus to
Reroll that
Kalen.
again. So Gur dives for cover into this square here.
Okay. Okay, Herald and Gur barely makes it with the dive for cover.
Thank
Kalen taking
God.
the full brunt of the attack.
That was with the
Oh
17.
no!
Even with a +2 to it.
Hold on, let me make sure that I can actually use this because I need to. It has to be an AOE effect. Is this I'm assuming
Yeah,
this is a
it's
line
AoE.
attack.
Oh,
Okay.
also, is it a? I'm sorry. Also, another thing, does it use your reaction?
Gers.
Need to look it up. Apparently, I don't have it written
I
down
think so.
because
That's
I'm a
fine.
dumb.
I need to count some damage. So
And the DC was
Oh,
above
great.
17, right?
it's above 17. Yes.
No, it just says fall prone in an adjacent square. Roll to roll reflex save twice. Again, it's area of effect.
It's surprising.
Interesting. Okay.
Provokes an attack of opportunity.
Oh, does
What's
it?
it called again?
Does
Dive for cover.
Dive for cover.
dive for cover.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Not a reaction.
So there's 37 electricity damage, halved for Herald and for Gur, but Kaylin takes the
So that's
higher
18.
shock.
Ouch.
And let's see. As for you, Gur, as you dive down, she tries to get a little stab in. She get a little poke. Do a little poke. I think you get.
Little
She
pokey
gets.
poke.
She gets some. It's like a +4 to a prone
It's-
opponent next to you.
Yes, it's a +4 to hit a prone opponent.
That is definitely going to be a hit then. Let's see. You successfully you get zapped some, but you notice that you dodge most of like the main shaft of lightning that gets shot through the room. But after you hit the ground, you get stabbed in the side for
Hey.
14 slashing damage before reduction.
She
obviously.
casts a spell and attacks?
Must have had a knife.
What was that, Simon?
It was an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
From
it
his
was
dive.
an attack of opportunity.
Oh,
attack
got
of
it.
opportunity. All right, and that will bring us to Kaylin, the glowing Kaylin, who is now super glowing from additional electricity effects, apparently.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
she's confused.
Ow.
I'm just sort of.
I'm not
for whatever
confused
reason-
this round. Herald suppressed it, but I am also out of stamina. Well, crud. I'm gonna move to the far side of the room where these baddies are not. And actually, no, I take that back. I'm gonna stay right where I am. And I'm gonna do my slithering chain as a full round and try to trip both of them.
Oh, what is this spell?
Slithering chain. So I guess
Wait,
I'll have to
isn't
make an
she-
attack against each. So this one will be for the Yosoki. That's a 29 to trip.
Let me check out the spell.
Yeah, it's a
don't
weird
know
one.
this.
I
It
don't
was
want
from,
to be a. I don't want to be a wet blanket.
Herald
but,
suppressed the confusion
Oh right.
for the round.
Yay. Okay. Great. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from Signal Screams.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, got it. I just wanted to double check the rules first. I looked up Slithering Chain. You got it. So it's 29 to trip, so that has to be KAC +8.
8, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, barely. All right, you managed to
Haha.
trip on this.
And so prone and shaken for 2 rounds, and then one more for the Amaldrel. That's a 30 to trip.
That does not do it.
Drat. Well, it was worth a try, and at least I got one of them. That's my whole turn. That's
Yeah.
the whole round.
So the one that got tripped also makes a will saving throw or is shaken.
Oh yeah, so
Oh,
they do get a
that's-
will save against the
What,
shaken.
what is the DC?
The 17.
Oh yeah, she makes it. But she is tripped.
Ooh.
Let's see. So that's it. She's just tripped. There's no other
Yep.
effects if she makes a save. Okay, got it.
That's it.
I mean that's pretty nasty. Ninden, it is your turn.
Yeah, a trip at range is pretty nice.
It's a ranged trip, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That
Ninden is
uses my
going
wisdom.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Ninden is going to move up here, and you guessed it, he's going to headbutt this time.
Ninden advances on a Maldrell.
And he's gonna miss again. I have rolled like hot garbage today, folks, and I don't like it. I'm going to end my turn before I say more mean things about myself.
As
Bye.
as Ninden steps up to headbutt him, he just steps back. You watch as his lips purse, and he just lifts a brow at you.
Oh, one other point that we should make.
Yes.
Kaylin should have made a will save at the beginning of her turn to end the confusion effect.
Oh, indeed. Go ahead and make that will save. now.
Oh, yes, I should do that.
Come on, Mystic will save.
Because
Sorry.
that's going to determine what. Oh, yeah. you managed to. You managed to. She rolls a 20, so she gets a 30, which means that yes, she has rejected the influence of the nanobots. They are
Really,
no
really
longer-
focuses on those good childhood memories.
Yeah.
Somehow it worked.
All right. You're
Crazy,
doing.
but it worked.
You're doing great, Kaylin. Now that you have rejected the nanobots with your childhood memories, turn them on your side to heal you. And better. Herald convinces the nanobots to heal Kaylin instead of drawing her
I
mad.
don't think that's how it works.
And it restores 17 stamina. It says so in the rules.
Look,
Ooh, thank you.
I'm very yes and, but I have boundaries.
Well, I don't. I close the door with my move action.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want any more lightning.
You've got this, Kaylin. Like as the door's closing.
She looks over her shoulder to say thank you, and then the doors just close.
Oh boy.
We've come to expect this from Herald.
All right. So
His
we
management style is unconventional, but gets the job done.
we've come back
Yeah.
to Amaldrell's turn, and I would say we could just continue going, but we do have to do a mid-combat pause. Are you guys okay with just stopping it at his turn?
Sure.
I think that's fine.
I know
Would
it's
be-
I'll survive somehow.
it's not ideal, but we have to operate within the confined time constraints that we have available to us. So.
Oh no, it's fair. It's
What are you
fair.
guys feeling? 10, 15? What are you thinking?
I'll take a 15 if it's allowed.
Yeah, we can do a 15.
A 15-minute
Marvelous.
rest.
Yeah.
15 is fine, yeah.
So we will take 15 minutes to locate the bathroom in real life, have some drinks, have some snacks, and we will come back refreshed, ready to kick this snooty elf right in his elf bits. So don't go anywhere. Hello. I hope everyone was just as successful at finding the bathroom as I was.
Same place as always.
Much
I
success.
actually-
Very well.
I actually ended up in the coat closet today.
Well,
That's right. You have the Hogwarts house, right?
Yes.
how quickly
So,
did you realize your error? This seems important.
Yeah. I mean,
No comment.
I mean, at
noted.
least the toilet paper's already in there, right?
Sure.
I mean, I guess it depends on the closet.
Yeah. What do you guys give in your closet if not toilet paper?
Blankets, books, minis, boxes and boxes of minis.
Oh, mine's just 100% toilet paper and nothing else.
Floor to ceiling toilet paper, Simon.
I'm prepared.
We need to
Are
talk
you saying
about
you
the
go
hoarding
through a
problem.
lot of toilet paper?
Welcome to non-standard action, which is mostly scatological humor.
Wow. Yeah,
Today we're kindergartners.
indeed. There is a member of the crew that is not responding to hailing attempts. So I thought I would take this opportunity to quickly remind everybody something really exciting. This week, at least in PDF form, is the release of the Alien Archive 3,
Ooh.
as well as the first book of the next AP, Fate of the Fifth, written
Yeah.
by friend of the show, Patrick Brennan, Patrick from Cosmic Crit,
I
and
got mine.
the final book in this AP is coming out this week.
Which you
Done.
should not read because then you'll spoil this whole show.
Yeah, if you're listening, don't read it. That's mostly just me informing the players that very soon I will be able to read the entirety of this AP, so I can completely plan out the tragedy that these characters will have to endure.
Oh
Um,
no!
I'm personally very excited for Alien Archive 3
Oh,
to
yeah.
because as Joe Passini said 2 weeks ago, he was like, "Oh yeah, now we're upwards of 100 plus playable races,"
Yeah, it's
and that
nuts.
is just delightful.
Yeah.
Um,
Have they written about any of the new playables? Or no?
I haven't really been looking a whole bunch into it because I just want to sort of experience it when it comes out.
Yeah.
I know
I'm one
one
of those
was
weirdos.
spoiled that I was really not spoiled, but one was revealed that I was really excited about, but I forget. Oh,
Apparently not
We
that
have-
excited.
Otterfolk, we have Turtle People.
that was it. The turtle folk.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
you're excited about the Turtle Folk.
I love turtles.
Who
I like
doesn't?
turtles.
I like turtles.
Birds.
I don't see a response from Dear
Oh,
Lee.
a bird person would be cool. You know.
Oh, that's what it was. It
Like
was a
Mike
bird
did.
person.
Aren't
I thought it was an
bird people?
a turtle person.
There was a turtle person and a bird person. I'm excited about. Look, there's been this
Back.
what appears to be. Oh, welcome back. There appears to be a trend to introduce as many furries into Starfinder as possible.
There are a lot of furry races now.
It's true. really,
Um,
going for that demographic.
Yeah,
Hey,
I like
why
the
not?
Blanca. They're a pretty cool race. But
So we got
yeah, no, I'm excited to have even more to pick from for our next cast or our
Indeed.
next crew, I should say.
we got Birtles, we got
Should be
turtles.
pretty exciting.
Got Erdles,
Hurdles,
about
hurdles of
girdles?
turtles. We got turtle hurdle.
Girdles on Birdles.
Yes, Crow.
Hurdle
There
girdle?
are indeed birds coming to Starfinder.
There are little flower people.
There
Oh.
are also little tiny little flower people.
I
See,
would
I'm
play a little
imagining
flower
like
person.
Blossom from Pokemon.
Oh
Like,
yes,
pretty
absolutely.
design.
Blossom.
All
I
right.
believe we were
Well, now
in
that we have
deadly
the crew
combat.
back, we are in the middle of combat, so
Oh, I
I
guess
guess
we could
may-
do that.
I guess we could get back to it. I guess combat. It's kind of exciting. I guess.
If
You
we
know,
must.
Couple of people bleeding out on an operating table. A friend of
Oh yeah,
yours.
there's that.
I suppose we should probably get back to that. So you go ahead and just let me. I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna click this button. Should I click this button?
Yeah, click it.
I'm gonna click the button.
Do it.
Here come the drums.
Oh, there they were.
There's the drums.
All right. So when they were indeed drums. You predicted percussive instruments. So as we left off, it was Amaldra was about to do something annoying, probably. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the options that he has available to him again, real quick.
He is simply the worst.
He's pretty annoying, indeed.
Oh, worst.
Oh, and I keep forgetting about it because operatives aren't annoying enough on their own. They have other problems too, such as debilitating trick, which I should have been applying, but was not. So we'll get back to that.
Ew.
Oh, that's all right.
No, I should probably be including that. I think.
Mm, you don't have to.
Yeah.
We're
I
okay.
feel like I probably should though.
I mean, you can keep trying to apply flat-foot to Ninden, but he doesn't actually take flat-footed anymore because he's a
Well, he could
Vanguard.
also make you off target.
I mean, sure. That's a thing, I guess, if you want.
So, what he'll actually do here. Screw it. The door is closed, so he can't really shoot Herald right now.
Haha!
The cunning plan. He will go ahead and try to trick up Ninden again. Oh, that's a 19 on the die. That is absolutely gonna do it. And it's a 19 on the
Nuh-uh.
die for the attack. Oh,
At least it wasn't a 20.
At least it wasn't a 20.
That's all I can say.
That's enough.
Um,
that might be enough to kill Ninden if that happened. Like,
So is he applying some sort of debilitating trick to me?
yes, he will make you off target. So,
Okay.
What symbol do we use to do off target? Let's see here.
Let's see.
What's a good off target?
What about the bleeding eye thing?
I'm off target. My eyes are bleeding.
There you go.
We'll go with that.
Oh no.
There's going to be 29 acid damage before reduction as he shoots you with his little acid gun.
Okay.
There's really not like an acid weapon sound here, so I'm going to go with. Oh,
Do you,
goodness,
do-
that was a loud.
do you
Well, it's
have
right next to your
something
face.
that goes?
I don't have a gun. No, I don't. So we'll go ahead and move.
I am sorry. I'm going to spend an entropy point to reduce that damage.
Okay.
By my level, and as a reaction.
Okay. Does that happen after or before you reduce? Well, I don't think you reduce acid damage, do you?
No, yeah. So I'm knocking 7 off of that. What was it again?
29, so you take 22 damage instead.
Okay.
Does
That's
that
still
provoke
too
from
much.
Mouse?
It would provoke from Mouse. She is free to try to hit him if she likes.
Heck yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
She rolled a 20 on one guy who that was unfortunately retconned by concealment.
Actually, is that?
Oh wait, she had her gun out.
I have my gun out. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Fair enough.
it would not provoke,
hmm
which makes that easier. Gur, you're laying down next to a mouse.
Well,
not
then
not
Gur-
the mouse, but a mouse.
Gur will use a swift action to kip up, and then he will stab the mouse with the +4 to hit.
All right.
Are you full attack since you? Oh, you can't.
No,
Swift
because
action.
I had to stand up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I should have given you a move.
So that's the 22 to hit KAC.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. So it's 20.
20 damage.
She lets out a little pained, mousy squeal as you stab into her fur. And I think
That'll do for me.
That'll do. Okay, that'll bring us to the mouse.
Oh, hi.
Mouse will shoot the dude that she has a designated target on.
Are you gonna full round shoot or?
I can't. It's an unwieldy weapon. I
That's
realized.
right.
Mm-hmm. And she
yeah,
gets a
and
17.
Yeah, and unfortunately, as he winds his way through the corridor, the room, you try to line up a shot, and he just kind of ducks weird right as you let loose with a shot.
So bitter.
Missing.
So bitter.
That'll bring us back to the mouse, who also kips up after getting stabbed. You traded. You know, she stabbed you, you kipped up. You stabbed her,
Yep.
she kips up. And then she's gonna scoot. That is not a 5-foot step. A guarded step.
Gur is impulsive and will attack. I know what you're doing. Gur does not. Gur is just seeing an opening.
Okay, but Gur can learn.
He can gurn.
Maybe he'll gurn after this fight after he fails enough. There you go. That's a 24 to hit for 18.
Oh yeah, you get her again. This time it's less of a squeal and more of just like a hiss as you slash into her again, and you watch as her hands start to quiver and supercharge again before she lets out another surge of lightning across the battlefield. This time targeting you and Mouse.
Oh no!
So you will both need to make a reflex save. That's not
Ha.
22.
Let's see. Yes,
23.
both of those make it. So this absurd amount of dice is going to be halved. Let me see if we can get some dice ASMR. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. I
That's
love
some
it.
ASMR I can get behind.
All right. Whoa. Good that you saved this one.
Oh, great.
Goodness. As 42 electricity damage goes shooting through the room. So you both take 21.
Still, yikes.
Gers, well, he doesn't start bleeding because it was electricity damage, but
Alright.
his flesh is visibly singed.
Yeah.
We smell bacon.
It's a
Pork bacon.
yeah. Well, I mean, what does a stork smell like when you fry it?
I get it.
No, I'll have to let you know after I try it.
Now
Not
I'm
bad.
forgetting if that was pre-show banter or if that was banter we started during the show.
I'm pretty sure it was
I don't
on-air banter.
Okay. So the half stork
Back
thing
me up
is
here,
a
Chad.
known
I
joke.
remember feeling embarrassed about us talking about it, so yeah, it was probably during the show.
It was probably during the show.
Oh, I embarrassed you, Simon. I've like earned my achievement for the day. Where's my serendipity?
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
There we are.
All right, Kaylin.
Oh goodness. What am I gonna do with myself? Let's try that trip again. That worked pretty
Okay.
well. It could work again. So it's gonna be a 4 round again. So I'm gonna do 1 on each. So
Okay.
Mousy first. 20 to trip,
Ooh, no.
and a Maldrell. Oh,
Oh,
same thing.
Goodness,
Nah,
no.
crappy rolls.
Drat.
Crappy rolls.
Whole spell waste.
8.
Saber
And-
suck spells are great when they work,
Yeah.
but they're so crushing when they don't.
Yeah, I might say
That's
they
true.
suck.
All right, and you're gonna do anything with your move? You did a full. Never mind.
Full
you can't
round
do
action.
anything. Kaylin's still standing there in her glowing stellar form, just whipping shadow tentacles around. I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
That's pretty bomb. To be fair.
That's pretty
just
cool.
Zoidberg.
I can't understand what theme we're going with here. Are you light or dark?
Can't have light without shadows.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
incredible
Yeah,
light,
both.
incredible dark.
It's true.
Yeah.
Space is made with shadows.
She's a
Like
line walker.
Melisandre.
She's a Skywalker.
No. Yeah, thank you.
It's time for her to rise in the Star Wars film Rise of the Skywalker. Anyway,
I
Linda,
hate
sure.
that name so much. All right. So Ninden is going to grunt and move over here
All right.
and take a
Gur
single
yells,
punch at this guy.
That's my shtick.
Oh, I should probably check the off-target condition on my sheet. So it's factored in, so I don't have to say, oh, minus this.
okay,
Attack. For a 26 to hit.
ooh,
Woo!
Spicy.
EAC, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, he takes 16 points of acid and bludgeoning. And,
Does he?
I hope he does. And yeah, he's going to expend an entropy point to push this guy with
Oh,
gravitation. You know what? No, actually, he's not going to do that because this guy probably has a stupidly high reflex save.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so that's Ninden's turn.
Okay. You do feel kind of like what Gur felt, some resistance and a shimmer from the force field. But your hit still is mostly effective. It only slightly dampens the blow, so you're good.
Yeah, that
which
force
will bring
field
us-
regeneration.
Bring us to Herald.
So maybe you guys can help me remember who I've inspired so far. It was Ninden, Kaylin, and either Gur or Mouse. I think it was Mouse, right?
Mouse.
Okay.
I thought you inspired Gur.
Maybe I did both.
I recalled that.
I don't remember Gur.
Yeah, it
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So Harald will open up the door and look around the room and all right, what's changed? Oh, you don't look so good, Gur. Gur, I think you're doing great. Just dealing with that technomancer. We're all real proud of you over here. And this gives him 17 stamina. The door is now open. Harald is vulnerable.
I'll take it.
Gasp!
The window is open.
That was my turn.
All right. Bring us back to Fun Boy. I'm all drill.
I'm not sure
Fun
he's
boy
fun.
McFunpants.
Continuing to try to trip up Ninden here. That is a natural 20 on the trick attack. Not the attack
no.
roll. Not
That's
on
fine.
not on the attack roll.
Uh-huh.
So you're tricked, but
Yeah.
what results? We'll find out.
Are you attacked?
You're tricked, but are you attacked? Yes, he is attacked, turns out.
I'm sure I'm attacked. I have a 25 AC right now.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is not enough to avoid this shot. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, I'm gonna turn down the volume a little bit for this one because it was really loud last time. All right, that's another acid shot. I only have one D8 here, so I have to roll it a few times. I apologize.
Should we mail you more D8s?
You could. I mean,
Buy Seth some new dice. Preferably cursed dice.
oh, this was a really
Yes.
good attack.
Send Seth all your cursed dice. We'll
That
set up
is
a PO box.
44 acid damage before reduction.
Oh, Ninden's gonna go down soon, guys.
Oh no!
You're gonna
Oh
see a new
no!
side of Ninden. His butt as he just falls on the ground. Not yet. He has 11 hit
I
points
see his
left.
butt like all the time. I'm like,
It's eye level.
I guess I'm gonna spend another entropy point to reduce this by my level as a reaction.
Okay.
So it was 44, you said?
Right, so you would take 37 instead.
Yep. Holy crap! I am at 18 hit points.
And he's gonna do his dance.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Am I off target again?
Yes, you'd be off target again.
God, I hate this guy. He's
And
like
he's-
those annoying bosses in
and
Crash
he's-
Bandicoot that
he's-
just keep leaping to different locations.
Indeed, he continues to dance around the room, deftly avoiding the grasp of the rest of the party as he relocates to get out of Ninden's grasp.
Pretty little.
It's almost
elf.
like he's studied you guys in combat before, and he kind of understands how to deal with it. Which will bring us back to
Rude.
Gur.
All right, Gur's gonna full attack.
All right, full attack.
That's a 25 and a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, against this mousy technomancer.
Yep. Like for 17 and then 20 damage.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Those are both hits. So Gur successfully slashes twice, doing a total of 37 damage to this technomancer. Now, I don't know what you know about technomancers. Not the hardiest classes.
Not really.
So she is indeed bloodied at this juncture. By this
Marvelous.
attack. So yeah, Gur doing some work, doing some Gurk, as you might say. Which I believe will
Working
bring
and
us to-
gurking.
which will bring us
I
to
immediately wish I hadn't said that.
the real mouse.
Fine. She's just gonna shoot again. She's so unhappy about it, but she's gonna do it.
There's like a big target from Serendipity in your visor, just like right over his face.
Right here, Mouse Squillini.
Shoot here, mouse.
Like a tooltip pops up.
It looks like you're trying to shoot your mortal foe.
22?
Oh.
Nah.
Let me take a look. Just a super double check.
Uh,
That is just a miss. Oh no. So
interestingly enough, that drains the battery,
So
Oh.
Mouse is gonna just drop that weapon.
Oh, okay.
You're dead to me right now.
Just throw it down. I guess the
Yeah,
gun
gotta
gave
put
up
it
before I
down.
did.
Yeah.
All right.
And use her move action to take out her disintegrator rifle instead.
Ooh. All right. Switching rifles.
That'll be interesting. Yeah.
All right. Brings us to the mouse-nomancer. Let's see here. God, and Kaylin's still glowing, right?
Yep, whole minute.
Okay. Yeah, that's she doesn't want to be near any of that. So let's see. What do we have here? What does Lannis with her 30 movements? She will
Cast a spell?
advance past this orc that's been giving her troubles, allowing him to take an attack. If he so chooses. I imagine he does.
He does. He chooses so. 26
Oh.
for 20 damage.
Oof. Okay. She kind of regrets that a little bit, but yeah, he gets a good cut on her, and she stumbles past him and attempts to get Minden with a spell. Let's see here.
Oh, she's just gonna flip and go for the weak one, I see.
Yep. So she reaches out and tries to get you with, let's see, inject nanobots, and I'm going to imagine that a 29 hits your EAC.
Yep.
Okay. What I will need from you is a fortitude. I think you're probably pretty good at those.
Not good
Uh-oh.
enough with a 6 on the die
Oh, no.
for a 15 total. Man, that's obnoxious.
So you don't you don't resist the 13 damage as she injects you with nanobots, and now Minden is suffering from both the off-target and confused condition.
And the bleeding.
Oh no!
Bleeding out. Yeah. All right. He looks really, really shaky, and now he's very confused.
I might have to let you go down to remove all those status effects and then like stabilize you.
Do you lose status
Uh.
effects when you're dying or just when you're dead? I don't know that you lose confusion just from being dying.
I get a will save to resist confusion, right?
At
Every
the beginning
turn,
of your
yes.
turn, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so, well, will save is pretty garbo for me. I don't know. You all do what you're gonna do. Minden's
I'm gonna run over there to Ninden.
Okay.
It looks pretty beat up. That's 25, and I'm gonna cast a Mystic Cure.
Okay. She's gonna swing at you before you cast, so
Yep,
don't worry about that.
yep.
Oh, I'm gonna be
Mystic-
blinded next round
Mystic
too.
Cure does not invoke attack of opportunity.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh well.
It's
But I moved through a threatened
Yeah,
square.
so she's gonna get attacked anyway. But
yeah.
Oh, no, I know. I just was saying that because I heard Tate's thinking about attacks of opportunity.
yeah,
I want him to think about it.
That's good to know.
Don't even think about it.
That's gonna be a 24 versus KAC, but you have mobility, right?
Will not hit with my mobility.
There
Haha.
you go. Never mind. You're good.
Ha ha ha.
21 points of healing for Ninden
Ooh.
All
with a
right,
touch.
Thank you.
And then, heck you. I'm going back over here to behind Mouse and
So
Wait, are you
fast.
going? Question mark?
Oh,
what?
You're gonna blind them if you
Yeah,
stay
I'm
there.
gonna get blinded.
Only if they end their turn next to me.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh, I thought it was beginning of the turn. I'm sorry.
no,
Okay.
it's ending of turn. But I guess I can go somewhere else because that is a good point. So I'll go.
Oh.
Up to this other corner so that I don't blind them, so they don't have to move if they don't want to. So rather than getting behind them, I'll go.
If you feel
back
really
into the
ballsy,
corner.
you could stand next to the bad guy. Try to blind
I
him.
don't.
But he's not going to end.
But you have so
he's
many
not
hit
going
points.
to end his turn.
That's true, but that
He won't
forces
end
him.
his turn next to me now.
Wow.
So Kaylin utilizes Spell on the Run to go up and give Ninden a little bit of health before returning to her position in the northwestern corner of the room.
Yep.
Which will bring us to Ninden. You enacted some sort of weird form of wife swap, where instead of swapping wives, you swap opponents in combat. So you are currently under the effects of confusion.
So first a will save.
So
Will
you-
save.
Nope.
Oh no!
He rolled a 2 on the die for a
Will
total
not
of 4.
Natural 2.
The good
Will
news
save,
is I
more
only
like
have an
won't save.
Nice. It's better every time
I
we
said
say
that
it.
before. Now I'm going to roll on the confusion table. Does somebody have the confusion table?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got
I
it
have
up.
it. Just roll a d100. I'll let you know.
Roll 1d100. Hup, 28. I think that's the good one.
Do nothing but babble
Do nothing
incoherently.
but babble incoherently.
So Ninden's just muttering under his breath. Bronkin. Elf.
You-
Snooty. Mouse.
So he feels
Bargle, blargle, blargle.
some weird compulsions as the nanobots seem to be making their way to his brain, making it so he can't focus currently. So he's just trying to narrate what he'd like to do, but is not able to actually act upon his impulses.
Right. Nothing's
So,
firing.
This is actually horrifying.
which will bring us to Herald.
Herald will say, "No, look, nanobots, I've already talked to you. Heal instead of... Ninden, focus on pleasant childhood memories." And then Herald will take a step back and not close the door.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Perhaps in an insulting fashion, Imaldrel decides not to attack Herald because he doesn't really view him as too much of a threat.
He's not wrong.
Let's see, but he sees that somebody is preventing him from taking down one of the more fearsome combatants, and unaware of exactly how much healing she's done, we'll try to take down Kaylin next.
Rude.
You are tricked. I do not need to double check that. But does this hit? We'll find out. I always forget the bonus to his attack because it's kind of absurd. Does a 25 hit your flat-footed EAC Kaylin?
Yes. Roll concealment.
Concealment. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's see here. So if I roll below a 20, that's a miss, right?
Starlight
20 or below.
Yeah, it's 20%.
Yeah, 20 or below.
I rolled a 64, so
All right.
Let me run the numbers.
Boo.
I think that's lower than 20.
I mean, let's not
No,
jump
no,
ahead of the
Simon-
computer. It's still figuring it out.
Yeah,
Computer's
Simon's the
still checking.
mathematician.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Do. Yes, it is bigger than 20. Continue.
Curses.
I knew it.
So what's the damage?
That's gonna be 40 acid damage to Kaylin.
40.
Yeah,
Yikes.
and he will continue to move
Oh god.
here in order to cut
Oh,
off any
God.
approach to their friend. Speaking of friends, Hager, it's your turn.
Hi, how's it going, guys? I just wanted to see. Just kidding. I really don't care. Throw that at the mouse's face.
Oh yeah.
Could get
That's a
flanking
30
though.
to hit for 17 damage.
Oh yeah. So, just after injecting Ninden with nanobots and slashing at Kaylin and missing, she kind of stumbles back on her foot a little bit, uneven, and then out of the blue, a knife comes sailing and just nails her right where the spine connects to the back of her skull, and she falls down to the ground, quite dead.
Woo!
So, the Technomancer is no longer part of the combat.
Yes, exactly what I was hoping.
Good
Mir just kind of
toss.
lets out a satisfied huff as he snaps his fingers and walks up to the guy and just kind of
Okay.
postures himself. He's actually gonna, if she did drop dead, he will stand over her bloodied corpse, kind of between the bad guy and Ninden,
Okay.
trying to
as-
be the bodyguard this time.
So you do walk through a threatened square, correct?
No, we're gonna go here to here and then to here.
Okay, so you
So I
scoot.
can
You,
avoid
you,
that.
you scoot right in.
Scoot. Yeah, I scoot right in there.
Use the scoot. All right.
Which we have determined is a real thing in Starfinder.
Yeah, it's an
Hashtag
action.
scoot.
It's an action. Hashtag scoot. Mouse, your turn.
All right. Well, Mouse has her other gun out, and she's gonna shoot him. This time, she's gonna shoot him. Really,
It's gonna work. It's gonna work. It really will.
It's gonna work.
He
I believe.
It's a +1 to this attack with coordinated shot because I'm not confused.
Cool.
And this is the disintegrator rifle, right?
Yes, and it's not unwieldy, so I can full attack.
Ooh.
Do we roll a 2 though?
Wow, those are garbage rolls.
Oh, such bad rolls.
Just rolled a 2 and then a 1. So
Toot toot.
Oh, I'm so grumpy.
That's the second worst. That's the second worst set of D20 rolls one can have.
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
odds of that are very, very low.
extreme.
Well, the odds.
should
Never
be-
mind. Never mind.
Man, that's like getting a 2-7 unsuited in poker. Anyway, Kaylin.
Haha, right?
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, Mom.
We're not doing so hot here, guys.
We're fine. Believe.
There's only one of them now.
Only one of them now. This is true. She'll get up behind Ninden, use one of her very few spells that are left. We'll do another little Mystic Cure for 6,
Oh,
and then,
was a
and then I will
little
move
Mystic
back to
Cure
the
already.
ward.
that
That's
was
the least
the
I can do.
littlest mystic cure. Thank you so much,
She,
Kaylin.
she like walks up and
Literally.
boops him on the snoot and then give him a little bit of help.
Hey,
little bit
hey,
of help.
hey, look over this way. Boop. You're doing great.
Got this, Ninden.
All right, and then it's your turn. The
Uh,
effects of confusion are suppressed. You can roll
Yeah.
to see if you can get rid of them completely.
I doubt it. It's
Yeah.
a 6.
Oh.
All right, so let's roll another D100.
Look at it this
No,
way, Ninden.
no,
You're
no,
giving
no,
me
it's
Right,
something.
it's suppressed,
It's suppressed.
You're giving me something productive to use my standard action on.
Hey, I appreciate that. I'm glad I can give you purpose. Ninden is going to take a single punch. He is not off target. Which I
Imagine
should
how-
actually.
Now hold on. I want to because Herald's player sometimes takes issue to feeling perhaps not as important in combat. I would like you, Tom, to roll a D100. I want to see exactly how this turn would have gone were Herald not present.
Oh, okay. A 97.
That is
Which I believe
the
is that you
attack
attack.
nearest creature, so 50%.
Oh.
Oh, he would just
so-
murder
okay.
Nib.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it
No,
would
I
have,
mean, it's-
would have had a
it's
chance
Nib
to
or
punch
Gur.
Nib, Gur, or the bad guy. But that didn't happen because Herald is here.
Yeah.
No, I am not disputing that. Envoys are great.
There you go.
Um,
Ninden, what are you doing?
Ninden is going to take a single punch at Jerky McJerkface here. And roll a 22 versus EAC, which I believe is just barely a miss.
Yes, it is a miss by 1.
I hate it. Hate him. I end my turn.
You probably should hate him. That's an idea.
I hate him. I hate everything. I end my turn.
Herald.
Herald does that same. Oh, I guess I have to move forward to do that.
Yeah.
All right, nanites. If you could just keep on not doing anything, that would be good. And so I so command them, and then end my turn.
He so commands the nanites. All right. All right. We're gonna go. Let's see here. How much health do you have left, Emeldril? Okay, you're not doing too bad. How cruel is he?
Pretty
Oh,
cruel.
no.
I mean,
Oh,
he
I mean,
tied people
I imagine-
up with
Go on.
Yeah.
he tied
it-
people
it's-
up with barbed wire.
It seems like he's
not nice
he's not too pleased about the fact that Ninden, despite being at death's door, seems to have bounced back. So he is going to try to finish the work. Here, that was a successful trick. I don't think he can fail that. It's very difficult for him to. But he rolls a natural 1 on the attack.
Nice.
Oh, you lucky person.
Ninden reels his head back to avoid the attack and then spits in his face.
All right. And then he's going to go ahead and whirl away, scooting over towards Kalen, which
Rude.
I realize means he needs to make a fortitude save. Is that correct?
He does need to make a fortitude save.
He
All
would
right.
also provoke from probably Gur unless he makes a whole bunch of acrobatics rolls or has some heretofore unannounced BS.
He avoids the first provoked attack, but does not avoid the second. So yes, Gur would get an attack of opportunity against his super mobility.
Marvelous. Let's hope for the crits, guys.
Let's hope for a crit.
Do it.
Do it. It's a 29 to hit.
Oh, hold on. Hold
It's
on.
an 18 on the die.
Wait. So, mobility, that's just +4 to AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If his AC is 23, his KAC could be 25.
Gur hits him.
Yes!
Madness.
And he looks annoyed. Like, he looks annoyed that Gur managed to hit him while he's doing his fancy combat dancing.
Gur just sneers at him.
It's like, what the... From an orc. There's that elf racism going
Oh
on.
yeah, that's right.
Ooh,
He's
juicy.
an elf. Ooh,
He's an elf.
ooh, spacism at its finest.
Indeed. And Gur, it's your turn. You see him
Gur.
run up to Team Mom.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
Gur-
sorry, what was the-
wait,
what
wait.
was the DC?
Fortitude save.
What was the DC?
10 plus half class levels, so 13 plus key ability score 18.
So what you're telling me is that a 26 beats it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's okay.
Unfortunately. Gur.
Gur spits on the ground and mumbles something about, oh, no pointy-eared bastard's gonna get better of me.
Wait, you're a pointy-eared bastard.
Yeah, but okay.
It's different.
But- Yeah, it's different. And he's gonna move like this. And I don't suppose Kalen provides flanking. Probably not.
I think so.
I have a knife, but I haven't.
I will
Okay,
tell you
so-
that
I
actually
wasn't
he
planning on-
cannot be flanked. He
Oh, that's
has
easy.
uncanny
Okay.
Also
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
uncanny whatever.
He has uncanny BS.
Uncanny mobility.
He's just
I believe.
uncanny.
Alright, well, I rolled a 7 on the die for a grand total of 18 to hit. I do not think that hits.
It does not, unfortunately.
Fine.
Alright.
It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. We're back to Mouse. Speaking
Mouse
of things
grits her
being just
teeth.
fine.
Mouse grits her teeth and stalks over to here. Whoops, sorry.
takes a 10 feet of movement to the west towards the center of the room.
And shoots the disintegrator rifle. Full
Lines
attack,
up.
yes, no, folks?
Can't because you
You cannot.
moved.
All right.
I also wouldn't recommend full attacking this guy with his high AC
Yeah.
and you are low to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27?
Yeah, that does it.
Nice.
And she rolled a
Good.
16 on the die. Hey, Mouse, what is the damage die for that rifle again?
It is a D20.
D20 damage. Such a weird
So
gun.
she rolled a
It
16
is a weird,
on the
weird
damage.
gun. It's acid damage,
Yes.
by the way.
I
Which is-
love the disintegrator line.
It's a little nuts. It's like gambling in game form.
Really is.
And all the
so
other
it's
dice we roll
gambling.
aren't.
So you've noticed, you notice now with that shot that he appears to be bloodied, and his motions are a little less practiced and steady. He looks like he's starting to see his options closing, his opportunities closing, which will
Good.
bring us to Kalen.
Ninden, switch! Run to the other side of the room and touch Ninden with a Mystic Cure as I go by.
Oh, you're gonna provoke that attack.
I am. That's
Are
okay.
you sure? You
That's
could
fine.
You could use your standard action to defend first. You do only have 23 hit points.
It's not. But
So if he hits you, you'll probably drop,
realistically,
right?
the damage. Well, the damage he's doing is not sneak attack damage. It's just.
You're right. You're right. He's an operative. His attacks of
Yeah.
opportunity are garbage. Go ahead.
All right. Well, does a 30 hit your KAC?
it does, yeah.
All right. As she runs, he gets a sneaky little stab in, doing 19 slashing damage.
That's high.
Fine.
He's an NPC operative. His bonus to damage is
Oh.
bull.
This is fine. I heal Ninden for 7 on my way by, and then Ninden goes and murders him. It's fine.
Thank you, Kaylin.
Yeah, okay. I'm saying I don't believe in Ninden. I'm just saying this is a boss fight.
We can see what happens.
I believe it's Ninden's
All
turn.
right. Oh, it is Ninden's turn. It was not.
Yes.
Ninden was not called. I'm sorry.
Right.
It just moved on the tracker. Ninden is going to move over here because he sees this guy moving around. He knows he can't be flanked.
So his confusion is suppressed, but did you want to try to do a will again?
I might as well roll a d20. Oh, I'm going up by
Ooh.
2 each time. That's an 8.
There you go. You'll eventually stop being confused.
By the time
get
this guy
there, but-
dies, maybe I'll
Yeah.
not be confused anymore. So Ninden is going to then punch this guy once,
One punch.
and he gets a
Nice.
27 versus EAC for 19 points of pure acid damage this time.
Indeed.
Acid damage, buddies.
Woo! There's a lot of acid being thrown around this fight. He does acid, we do acid, everybody does acid.
Just
Everybody's
dropping
doing acid.
acid.
Everybody's
Whoa,
dropping. There's so
flashback.
much acid.
All right.
All right.
That will bring us to Herald.
Harald continues to instruct nanites to do nothing. And, I guess himself does nothing with his move action.
He has to show them how.
Yeah, just stand real still like this.
I'm trying to focus on happy childhood memories, Captain, but
Yeah,
I think
I
I've
get
lost
it. I get it. That's my turn.
All right. So we're gonna do. Let's see. Do some acrobatics here.
Oh, fancy.
Just gonna try and get out.
What's the DC of that? There's 3 people surrounding him, right?
Oh, do you have your melee out?
Yeah, I got a knife.
yeah.
Look out, the ever-threatening Herald knife. So, okay. That first acrobatics roll is like, oh my god. That is like a 41. So, he's able to move 1 square without provoking, just from movement. And
DC is
he will
29.
continue to move. So, I think that means he's scot-free from attacks of opportunity. So,
Yes.
there's a little bit of fiat going on here, so bear with me.
So good.
As he moves, you see him punch a button on his wrist.
Oh no.
What happens is the door to the east opens up. What you see beyond is what looks like a landing pad for perhaps some sort of flying medevac vehicle. And he eyes you all as he starts making his way towards the door, and says, "You stumble your way through success, but you have no idea what that tablet is capable of. You'll get rid of it if you're not fools. But there's no hope of that." And then he shoots Nib before he runs out the door, and then jumps off the eastern edge of the platform.
Nib!
That will be the end of combat.
Gur runs after him.
Stabilize
Harald
him.
rushes to oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
So-
Ninden is running with Gur.
Yeah. What do I see?
You see, first off, he breaks into multiple holograms, before he himself turns invisible, and then he jumps off the edge of the building.
Gur throws
Rude.
his knife at him just in the hopes that he might hit.
You know what? Roll an attack.
No.
No.
It was more in frustration. It kind of goes sailing over the side, and he snaps before it gets 100 feet away.
Which
Ninden
is
comes back.
which is very easy for Gur to do with his cannon arms.
Yes.
Uh,
But it
Ninden.
has a- Go
What? Oh, okay. Ninden collapses to the ground, his knees thudding to the floor, and he just like stares after douchey McDoucheface.
Yes.
And he's trembling with rage.
Gur, noticing his friend collapse next to him, will turn in and give him a look over with medicine and heal some health. It's 30 on the roll.
Wow.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
So Gur is outside patching up Ninden. Caitlin, what you notice about the wound that Versian inflicted was not a lethal wound. It was, well, I mean, it could have been if it went unchecked, but it was very clear that he was just trying to give everyone something to work on that wasn't him as he escaped.
What a dick.
All right. I guess Harald and everyone with medicine will probably work on Nib and Otlo to try to
Yeah.
get them figure out what's going on with their bodies and get them talking again.
Okay.
We'll also drag in that hostage we have in the other room.
Okay. Well, drag her in.
I cannot find my CRB. How much did I heal Ninden for with that 30?
Is
I
that an advanced med kit?
Indeed it was.
It
I'll-
sounds like Tom's on the job.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
So
Other things are happening.
it's pretty clear to you as you work on Nib and Otlo that they're both in a state of shock. At this point, the drugs have taken them to the point where they're mostly unresponsive. You can tell that they're alive. You can still hear the faint telepathic murmurs from Otlo, but they're otherwise unresponsive. You can take your time to carefully remove them from their painful bonds.
We do so.
Where's the tablet?
We get out like Gur's wire cutter.
Mhm.
Start cutting barbed wire. I'm sure he's got a wire cutter in that kit.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He's got an engineering toolkit.
Oh yeah, no, and so does Mouse.
So, Ninden has the tablet to answer your question in the null space chamber.
Oh. For some reason, I
Ninden
thought Otlo had it. Okay.
No, Nib gave
no,
it
we
to...
had taken it back.
Yep.
And Nib had handed it to Ninden.
Yep.
Ninden will wordlessly hand up the tablet from his position on the floor. He's sort of like sitting with his back to the wall in a. It sounds cheesy, but like in a lotus position, just sort of cross-legged, eyes closed, trying to work off some of the frustration he's feeling.
So, does anybody have any specific actions they would like to take in the following passage of time?
I guess it'd be nice to have an interrogation with this cultist.
So, before she comes to, you actually hear the sound of footfalls coming from below. And occasionally you hear people calling out that it's security, station security. They're here to, they're asking people to put down their weapons and put their hands up.
I think we will oblige them on this.
Yeah. Gur hollers
Yeah.
that we're upstairs.
I guess.
So you're able to hold out until the authorities make their way inside. They had obviously been dispatched some time ago, but they didn't enter the facility until they knew it was safe to come in. A building blows up. They need to make sure that it's okay for them to enter.
Right. Structurally sound and all that.
Yeah. You're able to impress upon them that you're not the attackers, and the appropriate medevac crew shows up to extract the 2 victims, as well as any surviving cult members. Just the one. Everyone else is quite dead here.
Yeah, kind of kind of murder hobos.
I will impress upon the authorities that we very much need to talk to the cultist that we left alive.
So, like just the people who show up on the scene.
Sure.
Okay. The sergeant present will inform you that it's not his position to give you that ability because you're not the authorities, though they do thank you for rising to the occasion and defending innocence.
This is a DCI operation. We need to talk with the person who attacked us.
He doesn't seem to be familiar with who you're referring to when you say DCI.
Deep Cultures Institute?
I thought we were like super famous at this
Oh.
point.
Messages the captain. Captain, I'm sure we can talk to them at the hospital.
The
not
sun
going anywhere.
the sun divers are famous. In fact, he does
I
recognize
see.
you, and that's why he's thankful that you were here when you were. However, he will point out that this is the Salubrium, which is not a facility owned by the DCI and therefore not in DCI's jurisdiction.
Harald will listen patiently and nod. All right.
You know that they will be carted off to the hospital for to get treatment for their wounds, but then they will be sent off to jail likely afterwards. You're all brought in for questioning as well, but it becomes clear fairly quickly that you're innocent. You defended yourselves, and in this circumstance, others, which again they're quite thankful for. But it will probably take some time for Nib and Otlo to recover from their wounds.
Yeah, I feel like this whole thing is a little bit surreal for Harald because he's used to like working with a mega corporation, which is sort of above the law. So it's all very weird.
Right. There's a lot of shared space here on the archipelago for sure.
Kalen's gonna take flowers to Nib and Otlo in the hospital.
So let me switch away from this. I don't think that this is appropriate music anymore. Probably not anyway. So in a few
Might
days,
also make
it's not quite
sense to
right.
change the map.
Yeah. Let's go back to the archipelago map. Why not? I've got so many maps now, you guys. I should probably start culling them or like archiving.
Yeah,
them.
you can archive the old ones.
So in a few days, both Nib and Otlo are well enough to be released from the hospital. The medical part, anyway. There is definitely some concern about their mental state, which is to be expected. They appreciate the hospital visits, though. Obviously, it endears you further towards Nib, and Otlo is a little less suspicious. So there's the DCI, after you return with Nib, they begin an extensive background check on every member. People were vetted before, but since many of the members were almost volunteers, they weren't particularly scrutinous. Having someone within the organization turn out to be a member of such a dangerous cult was frightening for most members of the Deep Cultures Institute, so the effort to root out any other unpleasantries was considered a priority for sure. Eventually, after all the remaining employees are cleared, Otlo does reach out again to say that they will take a look at the tablet. Whatever it is appears to be important enough to get the attention of the cult of Azathoth, so it might be a good idea to study it. They already have a hunch of what it might reveal, but they want to make sure.
For sure.
Faux show.
We probably take a couple of days to recover and eat a lot of cheeseburgers.
Oh yeah. Everybody is well and healed at this point.
Good.
So let's get back to DCI.
That was a harrowing boss fight. That.
Yeah,
That's
that didn't feel good.
I make stuff. I like to make stuff intense every once in a while. So Nib
I
obviously
formally
invites...
invite Nib to be a member of the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And
What if
don't
we-
take her pickles away. Or
What-
ketchup, whatever it was.
This
was pickles.
this loot monger is interested in what we got off that technomancer.
I will let you know.
We'll put it in the loot sheet where it belongs.
That is boring, and I think that our viewers are missing out by not hearing some of these things.
My goodness. Okay. We
We could
Let me
share our
take-
loot sheet.
let me take a look and see if there's anything. Where is it? Where is it? Where is her stuff? Let me look this up.
Maybe that'll be my task this week. I'll link in our channel links below our character sheets and our loot sheet and stuff, so people can look at them.
Sure.
Yeah, I can send you my character sheet.
She was
Mine's
wearing
in Drive, so.
advanced Lashunta temp weave and was wielding an advanced semi-automatic pistol with 24 small arm rounds and a tactical knife.
Ooh.
Okay.
That
Oh, it was the
Lashunta
other guy
temp
that had the ultra thin switchblade.
Indeed.
My mistake.
That would have been a pretty neat weapon to have.
Yes.
So-
Thank you for humoring me.
You're welcome. So after formally being inducted to the Burger Club, Nib invites Otlo to use the DCI's facilities for research, feeling responsible for the attack that on their facility in a multitude of ways. There's little to no prejudice towards an Orokoran sharing the space with the other researchers. However, probably due to a mixture of scientific curiosity and potentially due to having an Astrozoan already in their ranks, it's not that weird to have an Orokoran show up. Otlo bears a number of scars, including a couple of eyes that needed to be replaced. Cybernetic enhancements are obvious, but not intrusive. Their telepathic jabbering has lessened, only occurring when they're surprised or in moments of focus, otherwise projecting themselves more coherently.
Ooh, do they maybe
Nice.
work on helping to find a better what's that word? Thing for them to eat rather
the ichor.
than
That's not really the concern. They're here just for the day, mostly.
Gotcha.
They indicate that they don't need long, and indeed, after only a few hours, they're ready to report on the Noma tablet. So they would like to meet with you and Nib in a conference room with the tablet itself in a secure containment unit.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Alrighty. Go to the quiet office. Quiet office.
Takes a little while to find one that isn't already reserved.
Oh, there's a few offices here, and people are, well, because this is what I do in real life. Any office that's not any conference room that's not being utilized while I'm on break becomes a break room for me. I don't know if anybody else does that.
Yeah.
But, that is something that I definitely do at my job.
We have space Zoom. We can reserve rooms.
Yeah, we just don't have any rooms that are empty ever.
Yeah,
Unless
that
you
was the problem at my last work.
Unless you reserve them days in advance.
Gotcha. Well, so when you enter the room, Otlo is sitting at one end of the table with the tablet beside, and Nib is sitting beside them, and they're making small talk before you enter.
Otlo, Nib, good to see you up and about again.
Nib smiles and nods. Otlo dips their head as well.
Alright, what juicy information do you have about the tablet and the first builders and the new cult that we're dealing with now, apparently?
Otlo, gesturing to the tablet, says, I appreciate the curiosity, and I will share as much as I was able to learn in such a short period of time. The tablet itself is a map and a key. It is a key to darkness, deep darkness, a Zorad, black bubble within the sun. It speaks of magical devices, powerful, imprisoning a powerful entity.
I think we knew about this already, or at least knew the name.
They nod.
Do
The
we know,
entity-
what it could do, or who locked it away?
They shake their head. The entity itself is referred to as the Eshtayev. It is a cruel creature, a conglomerate of countless constituents, a foe to the outer gods, but no friend. Ishtaev is... They are a ravenous radiance, devourers of flesh and soul. Most of their names, like this prison, lost to time. Ancient stories. Some call it the incandescent doom.
Well, that sounds real friendly.
I mean, I'll go ahead and give you the name spelled out. So
Oh goodness.
there you go.
So are they? This incandescence, is this a god?
Otlo holds up their hands and tilts their head from side to side. As much a god as any god, really. Touched by some sort of greater power, some divinity, certainly, though not not completely invulnerable, though beyond our scope, certainly.
Well, I assume we don't want to unlock that door. And I'd expect... well, I'm sort of surprised that this cult was involved. The agent, what was his name?
Amaldril?
Amaldril said that we shouldn't use it, and I can't imagine they were planning to use it either if it's an enemy of the outer gods.
Otlo nods. The outer gods, Azathoth, Nyarlathotep, and the others, were indeed involved in a long war with the Ishtaev. The Ishtaev is light, and they are dark. The Ishtaev devours darkness, all darkness. From what I understand, this prison was created to become the greatest darkness. The Ishtaev knew that it was a trap, but could not stand to allow it to exist. So there it went to destroy it, though it has not managed to do so yet.
Alright, this sounds good. Because, well, I assume that we don't want these Ishtaev to be free?
Otlo offers a shrug. It is likely that the Ishtaev, much like Azathoth or Nyarlathotep, have goals that are far-reaching beyond our comprehension, much in the way that Azathoth has not taken it upon themselves to kill you or I. I doubt that the Ishtaev would do that either. They would likely war with each other.
Which would still be disastrous, I imagine, for us mortal beings.
They offer a shrug.
So is there a way that we can hide or destroy this key to the prison of the creature that would want to devour things? Just, practice.
Nib at this point speaks up because she's been doing a little bit of digging herself. Hold on, guys. Something really bothers me about this whole thing. You remember the salamander that you fought back on Noma?
Well, right, and,
Yeah.
and all of those hot people. Why are they involved in this? Are they also worried about Ishtaev getting released?
I don't know, but they wanted the tablet. I'm not really sure why they wanted the tablet.
Well, I'm inclined not to give it to them.
Right, but is there something about Ezorad that maybe it's a weapon that they want to use? She looks over at Otlo, and Otlo thinks about it for a moment.
Wait, Ezorad is the prison, not the creature.
Ezorad is the prison.
Got it.
Ishtaev is the creature, or
Yes.
creatures.
Yes. Otlo thinks about it for a moment. This is a prison that has stood for thousands of years. For something like this to be created and still be standing despite the attention of the gods, there are implications that technology it must be incomprehensible how advanced this technology was.
So, who else? We have the people from the plane of fire. They were after this tablet for some reason. Does anybody know why they would want to release this Eshtayev?
Well, what was that message that Tosh sent out back in book 1? There was some like partial message about
take over the burning mother.
Let's go back. I'm sure that Nib could actually, sorry, that not a Mouse could actually pull it up.
Doodle-doo.
So let me see. That's really far back.
Yeah.
That's a long.
Pulls
It
up-
is.
It
Pulls
was
up the holotape labeled "Hi, honey."
Aww.
How far back was that? Let's see. Let me get the. Apologies, everybody, while I pull up the very first book. We're calling back ancient knowledge here.
Yes.
Ancient knowledge, perhaps as ancient
Don't
as
you
the
love
Azora.
players?
Oh no, I'm fine with it. Actually, I think this would be a really good time now that we have all this added context
Yeah.
to see what
Yeah.
it was that Tosh had to say.
Show us the loot, Seth. Give us the thing from book 1, Seth. Come on.
No, I'm working on it.
Why don't you have this all memorized, Seth?
So, as Mouse cues it up, you see once again Tosh, who you remember. Tosh was listed in the ranks of the Salamander's crew at one point. The hologram shows up. My name is Tosh. I was on Noma. I seized the burning mother. I was among them, but Kaim can't be.
And that's it.
all that survived.
Okay.
Oh, that ship was on Noma. That
Kaim-
means they were probably the ones who were there before us.
Kaim is that general, right?
As far as we
General
can tell.
General
To a
Kaim?
General Kaim.
All
We don't know
right.
anything else though that I know of.
Well, I assume he's the leader of all of these, this whole faction of fire people. We need a better name for them aside from the fire people.
Fire Nation.
The
Hotties.
baddies.
Yes.
The hot baddies, as opposed to the dark baddies.
Yes. The hotties and the...
So hot right now.
Yeah.
PDHG.
Your option for the dark ones is
Yeah,
not
I
choice
wasn't
there,
gonna
Tom.
go there.
No,
The hotties and the cultists. Let's go with that.
I was going to go with baddies, but
But the hotties are also baddies.
They're
Hot-
all baddies.
Hotties and naughties could work.
in score of
I like
10.
it. I like the Fire Nation. I
Nib
think
and
we
Otlo
should
just
call it
give
the
each
Fire
other a
Nation.
concerned glance.
Well, hold on. We might have their real name, right? There was what was that mercenary group that troubled us and
Brass
but
dragons, but
so-
they were not.
but
They
they were
were
like the
like-
tools, right?
Yeah.
Literally.
We're
everything.
tools.
But wasn't there like
so-
some there was like some
Times
some
kids.
shell organization that paid them.
Oh wait, that hated them.
What? Shell that
You said,
hated
you
them?
said
No, that
he
paid
said
them.
That paid.
Okay, got it. Yeah, sorry. That was the Malika.
Yeah. So let's just call it the
Who-
Malika,
The Malika, which
which
didn't
is
we
led by
discover
this
the
General
Malika-
Kaim or whatever.
But the Malika was about this ideal or this person, right? From the sun?
Mm-hmm.
This goddess?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
but a mythical
goddess.
goddess, so like not an actual
Not goddess.
person.
Oh, a Natis.
Royalty. And there are rumors and folk tales involving her pursuit of godhood.
Right.
Do we think this has something to do with Ishtayev? Maybe was this aspiring goddess also like about the brightness?
Culture
or-
check.
Mysticism, maybe?
But then Seth's just gonna tell us the answer, and I like to get there naturally.
Well, Seth, wherever you think it would work, she gets a 21.
Sure.
Maybe that's nothing, but
Sure. So let's see. So the Malika, typically depicted as a equal parts a leader and a military figure. There's some, all of the rumors surrounding her and all the depictions of her. They're either one way or the other. They are depicted as valiant heroes with a righteous heir to the plane of fire, or imperialistic stormtroopers. You do notice there's a lot of strange things lining up, and anybody can put in a culture check, mysticism check, whatever they want to do to try and piece some parts together. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Kaelin got a 36.
indeed, Kaelin got a 36 on her mysticism. Herald got an 18 on culture, Ninden 14 on mysticism, and Gur 16 on culture.
I was just gonna say the high numbers. Just forget about the low ones.
No, I'm letting everybody know what was rolled. So, from a cultural standpoint, it seems strange to you, Mouse, that or maybe this is just the way they're choosing to represent themselves. The fact that the brass dragons and also these unknown soldiers are all wearing the same allegiance color, it gives some sort of indication that there's some possibly disguised military operation happening, and they happen to be aligning themselves to the Malika. It's hard to say. Kaelin, you know that these books that all these stories come from, they are very much biblical in a way that they're accepted as truth by many, and it's impossible for somebody who's not from the plane of fire to know. Though the way people speak of this Malika gives the impression that it's in fact real, and this is not old history. This is recent. It's very possible that this Malika is still quite alive and still in pursuit of this goal.
Wait, really? So General Kime might not be the head of this? It could just be this mythical Malika character?
Nib shrugs.
I guess that was a question to Kaelin because she got the role.
Right.
Are you muted?
Kaelin?
I am indeed muted. I was talking to myself. Crud.
talking
Yeah,
to
he could-
myself.
Oh, my train of thought.
Sorry.
If it's gone, we can just move on.
Could this Malika be alive? Is
Yeah.
what Herald asked.
Yes, and Kime could very well be working for her. It's speculation on the material plane if she's real or not, but those from the plane of fire seem to all believe that she is.
Okay, and she's interested in
Godhood.
Eshtayev and godhood. I'm
Hmm.
beginning to agree with that cultist's opinion about this tablet.
Well, Nib holds up a hand and she goes, "Well, hold on. So, if they're pursuing something at Ezorad, maybe it's possible they're trying to remove threats or they're trying to gain power. It stands to reason that they went to Noma, right?
Yeah.
And if they went to Noma and they've already established themselves in the archipelago under this brass dragon group, this Malika group, then are they just trying to stamp out all possible resistance in the sun? Is that the goal here?
It's possible, because then they would just be able to steamroll the entire sun and take everything.
Well, the question is whether is this tablet something that they needed, or is it something that they wanted to prevent us from using?
It's hard to say. What is there to find, Otlo? And she looks over at him and at them, and they take a deep breath and settle back in their chair. From what I recall, there are ancient artifacts. Architects erected this enclosure so long ago, long before the gap. Information was scarce before. Now, so little is known. But as I said before, the equipment of Ezerad still stands. It's eons old. Such technology could be valuable or dangerous in the wrong hands.
Even without the key.
Otlo looks at Herald. We don't know that this is the only one.
Oh.
Well, I don't like that thought.
Okay. Then I think we have to find this. What was it the president called again? Axelrod or
Ezorad.
Axelrod, same thing.
Axelrose.
Can you write that out? I remember things better when.
Yeah, for sure. Ezorad.
Azorod is the prison.
Right.
Ishtayev is the
Thing inside of
god
it.
body.
Yes. So Nib, kind of tapping her fingers together nervously, she looks at you and at the group and says, "Look, I have to report this to the DCI, and I have a feeling that they're going to want you to go."
Do we know where it is?
Yes. Utlo gestures towards the tablet, and when a little brief snippet of data kind of whispers across the surface of this copper tablet, they trace a finger and say, "It acts as both a map and a key. This tablet will guide us, and when you get there, it functions as a key to get inside."
Okay. As long as we don't accidentally let out Ishtayev, this sounds like a good plan. Just don't press any big buttons.
So
What
Nib,
if they're blinking?
Even
Right.
then, we're gonna have to
Especially then.
training on not pressing buttons if we're going to an ancient jail of a powerful godlike being.
Gur just kind of like coughs, sort of accusatorially at Captain.
Oh well, I only open unlocked doors.
Mouse
so,
will be leading the training.
So upon this discussion, Nib looks at Otlo and asks, "Is there anything that they should know if they do get sent to Azorad? What do they need to know about the place?" And they will knead their fingers together and recall, "In Azorad there is no light. The darkness plagues the Ishtayev, and in turn the Ishtayev curses the darkness, steadily devouring and destroying the darkness. The only way to survive is to avoid the dark. Stay in the light. The light is where you will remain alive. In darkness, there is death. Deadly darkness."
Oh, like that Doctor
Living
Who
light.
episode.
Hey, who
Yep.
turned out the lights?
Who turned out the lights? Who turned
So
out?
Oh
No,
God!
that was really
If-
ominous, though. Hold on.
if
Well,
you
that's
go, if you go, be sure to bring light.
I think we have that covered.
Yeah, Mouse kind of jerks a thumb at Caitlin.
I guess I can buy a flashlight.
Have
Yeah.
flashlight, Captain.
Oh,
there are
I just haven't had
there
to
are
use
other
it.
upgrades as well that can produce light. We'll bring lots of batteries, I suppose.
They nod.
All right.
Be sure to install that app that turns your communicator into a flashlight.
I'm sure that's enough, right? That's enough light to counteract a god encompassing darkness.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should try
Just
to
use the
get
flashlight app on your phone.
That
high
sounds-
level light sources.
We should, yeah, we can pick up some floodlights and things.
There's some stuff in the armory. I believe
Yeah.
there's at least one magical armor upgrade that produces light.
Well, and
as well
floodlights are
as
cheap.
A regular.
And we got 2 null space chambers. We can stick a lot of floodlights in them.
Well, what I weakly suspect, knowing Pathfinder working how it is, it probably doesn't scale up matter how much light you have. What probably matters is the item level of the light. Like in, I don't know, like usually spells like light and dark, like the higher level spell wins out when both are cast, and I'd expect
Sure.
item
yeah.
level to be roughly analogous in Starfinder.
Could be.
So, does anybody have any more questions for Otlo during this particular meeting?
Are there any guardians or anything down there that we should be worried about? Jailers, as it were, aside from this darkness.
Otlo ponders this and shakes their head. Not that I know. The presence of the Ashdayev is threat enough.
We'll probably run into agents of the Maliki and of the Azathoth, since they apparently have some investment in something happening there, or not happening.
They nod again. It's very possible that they would move to stop you if they have such an interest.
Although maybe the cult doesn't know where it is, since they don't have the tablet. Oh, they did have the tablet, because the dude had it. He was studying it. Okay.
It's very likely that Amaldril knows exactly where Izorod is.
Okay. I guess that answers all my questions.
To adventure.
So,
Back into the sun we go.
following this meeting, following Nib's reports and everything, there are other meetings amongst within the organization, some of which you're invited to, in regards of what to do with the information. Lurian brings up that anything with the power to exist within the sun for as long as the prison has must have some incredible technology that she might be able to utilize to improve the Sun Diver, or maybe even make better ships that could potentially navigate the entire span of the sun itself. There's an obvious interest in
That would
finding
be
other
cool.
undiscovered cultures or items from a long forgotten past as well. So the DCI, it seems, perhaps against your wishes, ultimately agrees that finding this Ezorod is the next big expedition for whatever crew is brave enough. And they aren't
And
brash enough to ask you directly, but that's not so much of a problem for Nib, who at some point summons you to her office and asks you if you're okay with braving dangers of the unknown once again for the Institute,
What?
despite spooky proselytizing from Otlo.
Well, I'm pretty sure we already packed, so...
She chuckles. I figured as much, but I need to ask you formally if you're willing to take the job. Obviously, you're going to be compensated for it. We're going to provide some extra equipment just to make sure that you're safe.
Can the Sun Diver make it that deep in its current configuration?
She nods. Lurian looked it over. The Sun Diver can definitely make the trip.
Well, then, let's go do a jailbreak. I mean, hopefully not do a jailbreak.
Yeah.
Not a
by the way,
jailbreak.
let the record show that if we do free this god, totes not our fault. Totes not our intention.
I think that's on the waiver somewhere.
Oh, good.
But
Right
before
here,
you
section 12, subparagraph 13 says "totes not our fault." That's the exact lettering.
So before you leave her office, though, once you've accepted to go on this next task for the DCI, she says, "Hey, divers, wait.
Yes?
Yeah.
what's up?
If you turn to look. You see that she's sitting there at her desk and idly rubbing at a wedding band on her left hand. She goes, "Thanks for a lot of things."
Oh,
Of
did
course.
You're welcome. Bye. And Mouse just like strides on out.
Was she not wearing that when we first met her? And what's her face?
No.
We've met her.
Yeah, I
significant other.
know. She's who got us there.
They had split up at some point.
Glad to hear the two of you got back together.
She smiles. She smiles a mousy smile.
Gur just gives her a big bear hug.
Oh.
He was so worried. He sheds a tear, but he doesn't let anyone. He wipes it on her mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, he brushes his cheek against hers, and she's like, "Oh, that's oddly affectionate," not knowing that he's just actually getting rid of a tear.
Kaylin notices
That's exactly it.
with a 30 perception.
Damn it.
Right, I'll allow it.
Mystics are the worst.
Dang mystics, seeing everything.
Seeing all the
problem.
things.
That was a problem in Signal of Screams as well, when we were
Big
against.
soldiers don't cry.
So, you know, this is a pretty familiar process. It's the second time you've agreed to take the ship into the sun, so it's not routine, but there are familiar steps. There's a lot less training on how to use the vessel this time around, but there are some new features added. The concerns about the fact that this fire plane military organization is making movements to try and secure this prison, or is patrolling the sun in general, gets the DCI to agree to install weaponry on the sun diver this time around, so it's prepared to fight if it needs to.
That's good.
Starship combat, you say?
Yay!
Starship combat, you say.
No promises, but
Promises,
so
promise.
the appropriate crew members get training on how to utilize this weaponry, but it still functions as the ship you used before, so there's not a whole lot new aside from the fact that it can shoot things now. Is there anything anybody would like to take care of before they venture out to the sun once again?
Mouse sure would like to trade her fire-based weapon for something else.
Sure.
Because just given who we're going to be going up against.
Yeah, we'll
But
handle
that's
that.
something we can do off screen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna declare some. Ninden goes on some general shopping spree.
Yes,
And any weapons or items he bought will show up next episode.
Indeed.
Shopping montage.
indeed, shopping montage for all
Gonna
except
need
for
a
Gur, who is
montage.
going to take a building montage because he doesn't shop. Shopping. Who doesn't build their own equipment? Come on.
wearing a very like one of those tank tops that barely is a tank top.
Yep.
In a forge, just smashing some equipment.
Yep.
Sweat
He's got a-
glistening.
Big leather apron, but not
Mhm.
much else. No, he's definitely wearing all the appropriate,
Yeah.
all the appropriate PPE.
He's all we see
he
is the
does-
apron and his calves, and then he turns around and there's nothing else.
Just a big old gur butt.
Yep.
Okay,
Glistening.
no, okay, I apologize.
Yes, and Gur. No, I'm just joking.
I apologize for going down this path.
And that's how we got the not safe for work rating.
Oh, we already had that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's no way we can get rid of that.
Don't tell Apple Podcasts, because we're not marked as such.
I don't talk to Apple. Are you kidding me?
Eh.
I think we should get a porter drone and cover it in spotlights. Just
Didn't
saying.
we get something to that effect? We got a drone that we scooped into a bag. And
Yeah,
then we
We
no.
just,
did.
There's a few drones. We'll cover that.
Yeah,
Trust me,
yeah.
there's gonna be a little downtime as you travel through the sun, and we can go over all the new fun stuff.
all right.
So
Yippee.
we'll do that. So yeah, what if there's nothing else pressing that anybody needs to take care of? I will go ahead and advance us to the next scene.
Sure. I didn't know we had next scene. There's only 15 minutes left.
I know it's a short one.
All right, let's do it.
Oh boy.
So after an
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
indiscernible amount of time, probably not too much longer, The crew is sitting in the sun diver in a locked orbit above the sun, aimed at a pre-programmed trajectory that purports to take you to an ancient god prison. That part's new
Woo!
at least. The window to enter the ball of fire before you approaches, and all Kalen needs to do is initiate the approach.
Ready to dive, Captain?
Take us in, Kalen.
All right. So Kalen punches the appropriate buttons, and it starts to follow on its telemetry, and whirs to life. The shield pods detaching from the chassis of the vessel and whirling around, creating a blue sheath of energy before the sun diver once again takes a plunge into the sun to adventure. And that is where we will stop for today.
Oh,
Very
so
nice.
excited!
You're right. That was a short scene.
Very short.
Very short.
I just wanted to set up where we're going to be for the next session. Also, because I can't find a way to conveniently do this otherwise, welcome to level 8.
Woo!
Yay!
I get to do something with my move action.
Yay! I'm so happy for Harald.
He can use his move action, consistently anyway.
Everyone's
So
like,
was
yay,
that?
this is a great level for Harald.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have
Okay.
that talk next episode. Excited
Indeed.
about how good level 8 is. Was
Mm.
that the official end of book 4 then?
No.
Not
Oh,
the
okay.
middle, isn't it?
Yeah, we just
That's-
started.
I don't like how you said that.
No, we're 1/3 of the way into book 4.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that makes
goodness.
sense.
That felt a bit like a book boss, though.
Didn't
It
it, though?
did. He was really.
Oh, I
spooky.
guess because you added some stuff to it.
And we
Good.
didn't kill him, so
Well, on top of that, I mean,
That's true.
Don't
so-
remind me.
So I want to explain to you that you're this Ashtayev. I don't think you want to have a boss battle with it. So I think it's appropriate to have the boss battle in the middle of the book.
Oh, I see.
That art for a Maldrell is that is actually on the cover. So that is kind of like the quote unquote boss fight of the book.
Huh.
Okay.
Ashtayev being a faceless conglomeration of different beings that pursue and destroy darkness at all costs.
Huh.
So
Funky.
I don't really know how you can have that illustrated.
Very carefully. Lots of light. Well, hey, thanks, Seth.
Yeah, we know the Sundivers are starting to put some stuff together. There's some agents operating here. There's some sort of conspiracy happening. The evidence just keeps
True.
mounting.
Things
So-
are getting real.
You're in the second half of the adventure path mode now. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, as always, we have Cosmic Crit coming up later tonight. Enjoy the new episode of Cosmic Crit. I don't think we have anything else to announce. Could be wrong. Anybody?
We can
Um,
say thank you to our wonderful viewers and future
Well, yeah,
people.
always.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
if
yes.
you're here with us at the stream, thank you. If you're here listening on YouTube or any other podcast program of choice, thank you for being with us on this journey. It's been a lot of fun. It's hard to believe that was our 18th episode. We've been doing this since the start of April, I want to say.
Around then, yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. It's been around
Yeah,
for
I
some
do.
time now.
I don't believe you. We started like yesterday.
About 20 weeks, I want to say, because we had the
We had a
Call of
couple
Cthulhu
weeks where we
week, and I
didn't
think
run.
we had 1 week, Mother's Day, that we didn't run.
Yep.
Um,
So
Yeah, and we've we've put out about 18 times 3.5.
I don't even want to do
baseline,
the math.
that's
That's
like-
a scary amount of listening hours.
that's so many hours.
I'm
of
saying
content.
it's 54 hours of content.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you know what? Cheers
Wait,
to you.
18
for
times
being here with
3.5
us.
5 is 63.
Well, I was just doing 3.
Yeah.
Because that was easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Simon kept his mouth shut the whole time. I want to point out. He was like, "This is simpleton math. It's not." He's like a Maldrell Versian with these numbers. He's like, "Whatever."
Except he's way nicer, and I don't want to kill him.
It's a good point.
Oh, like the gif of the formulas in front of the face.
All right, well, I think that's going to do it for us. So, again, thank you everybody for joining us, and we will catch you next week. Take care of yourselves, everyone.